Finally, welcome back to 13 Card Subject Change, the show that is kind of thinking wherever Lindsey Graham is going, wherever Mitch McConnell probably is, let's be honest, and wherever Trump will eventually go. Wow, it's probably colder there than it is here right now. Holy crap, is it bad out, folks.
Mitch McConnell isn't dead yet.
I love that Leroy over here has optimism, but the optimism should be that he's dead. This isn't political. The turtle needs to die. Fuck him.
It's not looking very good for him, okay?
We'll have to bleep
and yes,
that out.
I am back.
We'll have to bleep that out. Anyway.
All I'm going to say is, number one, welcome back, Leroy.
Yoo-hoo.
Number two,
I was getting to that, but he had to interrupt.
We'd like to apologize for us not having a show. I got sick, and it was safer to just make sure you weren't going to get sick.
Because of technical difficulties, 2 podcasts went up this last week, so we kind of had one.
We're all good.
Boom, boom, so we're good.
And actually, we're damn near to 300.
We're very close.
I think, isn't it next week is show 300?
I believe it's around that. And congratulations to everyone. Leroy gets, you guys are going to be treated to something very special on number 300. Leroy's first ever AEW review. It's happening, you fat bitch. We're going to get demonetized this episode. It's fine.
You're an asshole. Just
yep, I know.
Out. I'm ready.
Wait, one more time for the guy who's been suffering for 3 years.
Yeah. Leroy, I've decided.
Yes, the first 3 seasons are up on TV.
Yep.
So if anybody's want to relive pain,
Leroy,
to
be nice, because for some strange reason people tell me
you don't have to be nice.
That we're being too nice, too mean to you, which I tell them, well, fuck Leroy.
I love you, Leroy.
Mean? Do people understand? If you're my friend,
I know.
You give me shit, and I give you shit back.
I introduce you as "Hey, fatty" all the time. People are like, "What the fuck?" And then you're just like, "Hey, what's up?"
And Zach, he's just okay.
Exactly. But anyway,
if I don't insult you, then you're not my friend.
I'm just gonna say this.
You should meet my family.
I'm just gonna say this because this is what I tell people all the time that use your joke.
Yes.
If being okay nets me Allison, my life is fine.
You've done well.
I've done all right.
Very well.
I've done very well. Anyway, so
I do concur.
Welcome back to the show. We've got a lot to get to. We got a couple opening quick fire topics that we're going to get to.
So what are you telling me what I'm watching on AEW yet? Or I have to wait for later?
No. We're going to be nice to you, and the very first 3 episodes is all you have to watch for next week's show.
Well, you were telling me the other day you were going to throw me in the middle.
I'm aware.
The first 3 episodes?
The first 3.
Yeah, the very first 3. We're going to give you an opportunity to enjoy the high life, and then you'll hate your life. Anyway.
It goes pretty sour.
Is it okay if I have some high life?
If it helps you get through it.
If it helps you get through episode 3, go for it.
I'm not going to blame you.
I'm going to go old
school. I'll be honest with you. You look back at it. The show went off the rails starting around episode 3. I got to go back and double check which episode was the Dark Order takeover, because that episode was garbage.
I think it was 6. I think it was number 6.
It was like 5 or 6 in there.
Yeah, I guess that good. I'll start with the high life, and I might have to end with Jack.
Exactly.
That's one of the dumbest debuts I've ever seen in my life.
All right, so we got a couple things to get to here. Number 1 is Jesse. We're going to go to you on this because AJ Styles had made some headlines.
Yes, he did.
And I don't think people listened. They just read the headline.
Sure.
Jesse, AJ Styles began with a praise of what WWE has done with AAA.
Yeah.
Even though there are some fans who are like, WWE has ruined AAA. And I'm like, so tell me you never watched AAA beforehand, because
most haven't.
Not to mention the fact the talent of AAA, very happy with what's going on.
They're thrilled.
They are like, wait a second, we're getting paid for once?
It's not a cheeseburger and a soda.
Yeah. Not to mention that, once again, we would like to give you guys the news. Jesse, this was the part nobody wanted to talk about. It wasn't a hostile takeover. AAA was for sale.
Correct.
AAA was not WWE, because first of all, they're not publicly traded. They're they were a private entity.
Right.
So they were not, WWE became the main stockholder.
Right.
And by the way, folks, that's how a hostile takeover works. If you own 60% of a business, you kind of own it. That's just kind of how corporate America works. But Jesse, this was a private entity in a different country that was up for sale, and TKO bought it. So clearly, they weren't blowing the world away with what they were doing.
Right.
Based on the fact they were for sale. Because a company that big doesn't just go up for sale unless there's problems.
Correct.
So we got that. But anyway, so basically back to what AJ actually said.
Right.
Was AJ Styles pretty much said, and I quote, I want WWE to purchase a company in
Japan.
In Japan, and I want them to do that. while also leaving it as is, just giving it some structure. That is a synopsis about what AJ said.
Right.
Jesse, do you think the UJPW would be up for something like that?
By the way, I'll actually, cause I actually found the clip and listened to what he said.
Yeah. Most fans just read headlines.
That's right. What he was saying was, he was like, listen, it's Japanese wrestling is in a very weird spot, and it actually is.
Yeah.
Even a Gaijin fan can tell you it's in a weird spot. The hardcore fans, it's not terrible, but it's just in a very strange spot. And so
it's something they haven't been for a while, and it's stagnant.
Yeah, in a way. And so what AJ was getting at was, if WWE were to kind of take over and help them, like, it would actually have a fresh coat of paint like AAA.
Because Jesse, you say all the time, the biggest issue that the Japanese companies have always had is there isn't a business structure at the top the way WWE has always had it.
Well, right.
Vince McMahon, Jesse, you read the book, you've pointed it out, you've talked about it. He won because the business side of WWE was more stable than WCW.
Correct.
That's all it was.
Right.
That was the only real reason why because by the way, Jesse, we look at now all the things going on. By the way, as of this morning, 12 U.S. states are suing the United States government to block the Paramount merger. So that just got interesting.
Yeah.
But no, Jesse, but the point that people have to understand about business, if a show sucks, if the people at the top don't care, they'll keep the show going.
Correct.
The ratings meant nothing in WCW because, Jesse, they were doing very well.
Right.
Now, from a wrestling standpoint, late WCW was incredibly hard to watch.
It was terrible.
But
it was
Jesse,
terrible.
But, Jesse, if it kept doing the ratings that it was doing in the early 2000s, the executives weren't watching the show week to week.
The problem, like I told people,
Vince had a structure.
Right. And the problem with WCW was everybody under Ted Turner didn't want wrestling, but Ted Turner owned the damn TV company, and he loved pro wrestling.
But the more that he merged the companies,
correct,
the farther he got away.
And because he had, as his own kid said, when he had less of a say, they were kind of WCW was screwed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So WWE right now has the same structure, like I tell people. It almost has close to the same structure of a company like Amazon right now.
Yeah.
Under TKO, where there's the head guy, there's a ton of people underneath the head guy, and then there's somebody running a branch.
I really hate to be that guy, but I always say stuff like this. Oh, wow, you think you're so smart and these billionaires are blah, blah, blah. You couldn't have done what Bill Gates did. You couldn't do what Jeff Bezos does. I'm sorry. I love my friends. You aren't that person. You don't understand what Jeff Bezos actually went through to get there. Is he the second richest man in the world right now? Yes. But, Jesse, it started in a garage.
Correct.
It was a fucking mail order bullshit.
The only guy who does not get respect from me is the Musk family, because they were already blood diamond rich, and Tesla was already a company that was doing okay.
Well, Tesla's been bailed out 3 times by Diamond Blood.
Right.
But anyway, no, Jesse, Jeff Bezos, yes, you don't like him because he willy-nilly gets to spend the money that he's earned. And by the way, I think it was, I forgot which basketball player that sat there. I think it was Sebastian Telfair, he used to play for the Wolves, talked about how the league needs to teach the players what to do with their fortunes and relationships. I'm like, the Wolves got to teach you how to sign a prenup? Get a woman to sign a prenup? Really, boys? Like, come on, guys. Be adults now.
To be fair, I get what some of the athletes are talking about nowadays, though. It's just like most athletes usually just aren't good enough with their money.
Okay, but we're not going to talk about the fact that Taylor Swift was smart enough to get a prenup for her. Okay, whatever. But anyway, guys, once again, I use it because it's stupid. Yeah, a woman figured it out before you did, but your male chauvinistic will show at some point. Anyway, But Jesse, the UJPW, in my opinion, it would be the best thing they could allow.
It could help a lot.
Because, by the way, Jesse, they would have to be a part of the UJPW in a way.
Correct.
And by the way, I think AJ would be the perfect ambassador.
He really would.
AJ Styles on a video call once a week with fucking your boy, the Ace there?
And they still have Shinsuke under contract. I mean, you can ship him out to, like, you know, if he wants to kind of do half in, half out, you can help him with that.
Yeah.
So, they actually have, as I'm assuming AJ alluded to later on, they have the ability to probably work with UJPW and do a really good working relationship.
But that's the thing, Jesse, is just understanding that, like, they have not diluted AAA wrestling.
They've
structured it.
Yes.
They've created a backstage that isn't just, hey, this guy's in, that guy's out.
Right.
This guy. Like, guys, you got to understand something. I did not know the inner workings of AAA, but I watched the show. And unfortunately, the show was like, I love it, but wow.
It was a fucking mess. Listen, I used to say lucha, just like Japanese wrestling, just like WWE. They're all different worlds,
but
man.
Jesse, the biggest wrestling market in the world is the United States. The United States, westernized entertainment, we've proven over the years, if you're too crazy, yes, I get it. There's a bunch of people who have Crunchyroll who love a show like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure because they like anime and this and that. I'm one of those people. That is a very minute section of the world.
It's not as large of a fan base as you think.
Like, you got to understand something.
Yeah.
When you're in your own insular bubble and you see 10,000 people at Comic-Con, Jesse, maybe 3,000 of those people are actually anime fans,
Right.
and the rest of them are there for the party.
As I've told anime fans, I'm like, you guys don't understand that you are a niche crowd.
Yeah.
So when you see Netflix do something like One Piece or The Avatar, and they're trying to, put it to a much wider audience, they're gonna make some changes.
Right.
But your original stuff that you love is still there.
Which is why, Jesse, when TikTok was unfortunately being forced into the sale they inevitably made.
Right.
Part of that, we're going to forget the bullshit with China thing, whatever. What they don't understand, Jesse, is the reason why that was kind of unfortunately always going to work in the Mango's favor. I don't give a fuck about politics, folks. I hate Donald Trump as a person. Jesse, you can't lose the United States as an entertainment platform. You can't do it. It's such a large section of the world.
Well, if people remember, there were a lot of reactions from users and content creators around the world of going, man, this app feels quiet without the Americans. Like,
and that's my point. So Jesse, what people got to understand is that if New Japan passed the carrots, we're trying to get a little healthier around here, folks.
we really are.
As Jesse downs a pizza. Anyway.
To be fair, the only thing I actually had today was toast and eggs, which is good for you.
And Leroy, we're going to see if your dog training works. Where's that pizza from?
I'll give him 3 tries.
Yeah, where's it from?
Give him 3 tries.
Yeah.
From where your wife's job is?
No.
Leroy, the correct answer is...
From down the block from me.
Who's paying us?
Who's paying us?
Exactly. It's a good
people.
pizza, but they're not paying us to say who it is.
Well, that's for
That's
damn
true.
sure.
Yep.
We got to talk to him about that.
Exactly.
That guy is never paying me.
No. But Jesse...
Is he married? Let's talk to his wife.
But Jesse...
She ain't paying me neither.
Jesse,
shit.
As I'm saying, the idea of trying to
And I'm
get
not gonna eat no
into
damn
the
carrots
American
either.
market is what New Japan has been talking about for over a decade.
Right.
Jesse, you need, unfortunately, certain people to teach you how to do it because you got to understand something in the world. America is like there's a way to get popular in America.
Right.
But it has to be structured. Every streamer will tell you, whether it's Mark, Tim the Tap Man, Bob, Wade, Mark's buddies, anyone. Jesse.
You mean the good streamers?
Well, yeah, but Jesse, that's the point.
Like us.
They'll tell you
We're not streaming.
we're not streaming yet. Jesse, they'll tell you, yeah, me doing whatever I want, it doesn't get you to. I think Tim's like 88 a year now.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Probably more
Probably
with
more,
certain
but-
sponsorships. But like Jesse, well, I think it's 88 for like his second channel.
Right.
But like Jesse, Tim isn't just a guy on stream doing whatever he wants playing video games.
Right.
He's got ad reads. He's got you can't swear for this hour because
Right.
Mountain Dew is on there.
Right.
He's got to plug this, plug that. He's got to do this, do that. Like the guy legitimately is putting in a 14-hour work day.
Right.
And people don't understand that everything he does is geared towards the American audience.
Right.
And that is why sometimes people watch from other countries and they go, well, I'm not into that. I'm like, yeah, but you're not his base audience.
Correct.
You're not his people. Sorry,
Right.
you're not. That's how that works.
Right.
So the idea that, what AJ is saying is he's basically just saying the structure that a Japanese company has wanted to break into the U.S. market
Right.
is right there.
And they have they actually have enough people to actually work with the Japanese companies to make it work. So they're not just coming in trying to take over. That and to be fair to Triple H, they have not actually done that yet at all. As has been cleared up a ton of times, AAA was for sale. Now, a lot of people didn't know that, and that's fine. It's a Mexican company. Maybe you didn't know that. But they were for sale. They talked to Triple H. Triple H is like, this is a great asset because of this, and that. So they bought into it. And they bought it.
And now
a lot different from the other guy in Jacksonville who bought a Ring of Honor company and then has done nothing with it.
Now, again, Jesse, tell me what you told me off mic. Because it's not what people think. Mark Calloway, on his own damn show, which you can go look up.
Correct. The Dead Man podcast.
Yeah, he has said.
With his lovely wife.
He has said, I answer to one guy. I don't want the book of WWE because that answering to like 9 different people on a Wednesday.
So he has confirmed the only person him and
Jeremy.
Jeremy from formerly of TNA answer to is Paul Levesque. That's it. They got to get clearance from him for stuff, but otherwise, once they get it, they're good to go.
Everyone sat there, and they were like, "Way to go, Undertaker!" with that El Grande Americano match, and I'm like, No. That's Pete Dunne. And Pete Dunne is a disciple of Triple H.
Yeah.
Because Triple H knew that Pete Dunne was the man at like 19 years old.
Right.
So understand this. When you're good at something and you put good people below you, Jesse, how many people do you think Jeff Bezos fired for years because they weren't doing what he knew was the right thing to do?
There's probably hundreds.
Yeah. But when you get the right people,
you let
them do their job.
You let them work. That's what you're paying them to do.
And that's why TKO is the weirdest structure in the world because you got Paul Levesque and you're just like, nah.
Well, and I think Paul had that story with El Grande Americano that was going on the main roster, and he brought it down to AAA, which I don't think we all realized how crazy we go. It blew up like a motherfucker down there.
There is not a single story.
And Undertaker just went with it. I mean, that's all he could do.
There is not a single story that I can think of in modern wrestling that was started as a joke, should have died when somebody had to go away,
right,
and then turned into the best match of the year. Jesse, I'm sorry. I know how much you love your stuff. If Dave's followers put Kenny and Zack Sabre for the 50 billionth time above El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano OG, they don't know wrestling. I'm sorry. That's not a match of the year candidate when that's there.
They're a biased crowd because of who owns that podcast.
Yeah, but anyway, Jesse, so go ahead and finish up. Mark Calloway is in charge,
right,
but he still answers to a guy, but everyone's like, well, but it's still Taker. Because Paul trusts Mark. He's not going to tell Mark what to do, because why would you?
He's been in business longer than Triple H, has a full understanding of shit.
The fucking interview with Chris Van Vliet proved that Paul Heyman says, Triple H, only man that could do this, wouldn't want to do it right now, because Paul hates answering to anybody.
Right.
And also, Jesse, Paul Heyman, he's put in charge of who he's put in charge of, and Triple H kind of just lets him do it.
Right.
Paul still has to get the approval.
Right.
But Triple H doesn't need to tell Braun Breaker anything because who's standing next to Braun Breaker?
Paul Heyman.
It's not that hard.
No.
So,
now, the issue for Triple H is right now, and, we thought it was bad when Vince came back. It's like, damn, it's bad. The product wasn't horrible, but it was just like, okay, it's kind of bad in the sense that clearly he still has to answer to Vince, right? Now he answers to like 4 people. That's too many bosses. And like I told people, it's one of those things. I'm like, that guy did not go on that hot-ass run for almost 2 years and forget how to book pro wrestling. And now even some of the released wrestlers are talking about now how, like, he only recently became harder to reach. And it's like, I don't think it's because he doesn't like us. I think he's being told by higher ups not to do this, not to do that. We don't want to work like that. Which, by the way, wonder why UFC lost most of their popular fighters. Unfortunately, formerly Endeavor, just has a bad history with talent, even though they're all former agents.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
But
Because, Jesse, you even said Nick Khan was doing great, but Nick Khan, unfortunately, has fallen into the bubble of his old, buddies.
When it was Nick and Stephanie,
Yeah.
business was booming.
To a place they'd never been.
I mean, it was so WWE was so hot. Unless you were like the sicko of sicko, even if you liked AEW, you went, yeah, but WWE is pretty damn good right now. And it's just, I'm like, you don't just lose that without other interference.
Now,
there's too many cooks in the kitchen.
No, exactly. All right, on to our next opening sort of topic here. Jesse, the interview that I just referenced, Paul Heyman with Chris Van Vliet, recently he was asked about AEW.
Correct.
And while Paul gave the political answer of, yes, they're good for the business, blah, 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 he mentioned something that I find very unique, because we're gonna create a small timeline here that Leroy, you'll be in at some point, finish up your pizza there. Pizza from where?
We can't tell you because I'm not paying us yet.
There we go. It worked. Give him a treat. Anyway, Jesse. I love that.
You're welcome.
But no, Jesse, he said when you look at the style of AEW, they are influenced by Rob Van Dam and Jerry Lynn in 1999.
Right.
But what's interesting, before we talk about that statement, is Jesse, you've had your idea of who they're all really influenced by, but who also influenced a Jerry Lynn and an RVD? Oh, that's right. He runs NXT.
Shawn Michaels.
Jesse, you try to remind people, and Leroy, you were there as well. We all, you watched it more. Jesse, Shawn Michaels has already done everything because remember, and this is what they don't get in AEW. Sami Zayn looks like a schlub, but he's the only guy who can get away with looking like untrained, but being one of the best in the fucking world.
One of the absolute best
Shawn
wrestlers.
Michaels was doing all this crazy stuff, and why was it unique? Because he was in the land of the Giants.
By the way, I want to clear something about Sami Zayn. When you remove all the hair, that nigga's in great shape.
Yep.
I'm like, seriously, everyone, because he looks a little shy. I'm like, if you digitally remove the hair from his body, I'm glad somebody did this.
Yeah.
That you see the abs, I'm like, no, he's in phenomenal shape.
Well, yeah,
it's the hair that makes him look like a schlub.
If you take off the hair, and he looks very familiar to that guy in ROH El Generico. I mean, I don't know why, but he does.
Every time you bring him up, an orphanage in Mexico cries.
That's right, because he's dead now.
I'm very sorry, but I want to hold him up in honor because he was such a great wrestler.
But Jesse,
he's been Lindsey Graham. He's gone.
Yep.
Go ahead.
But anyway, Jesse, but that's the thing is that it all ties back to Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
But Jesse, remember, and this is where I try to teach the sickos of AEW so that hopefully you can reach actual real television numbers again.
Oh, man, you're trying to be the white person that goes into the ghetto school and teach them stuff. That's a hard job to do, brother.
I ain't that stupid. I ain't that stupid. But no, Jesse. But Jesse, here's the thing.
Actually, you might have a better time than with the sickos, that's for sure.
Yeah, right. But that's the thing.
Not him. I would. My name is Leroy. Get in there.
Everything sits there.
It helps.
And Jesse, we have to acknowledge this. Right now, AEW's got a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone. By the way, Jim Cornette complains about the WWE and NXT system teaching everyone to wrestle the same. AEW, everyone's doing the same stuff because they're doing the same stuff they were doing 10 years ago. But Jesse, Shawn Michaels stood out because he was the only guy in WWE who wasn't a giant.
Right.
And he was still pushed.
Right.
Shawn Michaels is the guy that makes everyone question Vince McMahon before he went crazy. Because they were like, why him?
Before?
And Jesse, they said that. Well, yeah, no. Vince McMahon is still up for 2 awards and no one's close. A, the guy who killed the wrestling business, and B, the greatest promoter of all time. It's not even close.
Okay, that's true.
But it's just, Jesse,
It's true.
people used to be like, why this guy?
Right.
But at the same time, then you watched a match and you were like, oh.
Well, yeah, he came out of the era where, I'm sorry to say this, a lot of people would be mad at me by saying it, is like kind of the steroid era. Because
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
there was 90% of the guys coming out of there, even
late 80s,
even,
early 90s,
yeah,
yeah.
even Hulk Hogan.
Even Hulk Hogan.
I'm sorry, they all did steroids. And
Eat your vitamins, say your prayers, and take a needle in the ass.
well,
Well, that part was edited out.
And cheat on your wife.
Well, yeah.
Well, she's kind of a. That's another thing we done.
No comment.
Wow. I had one of those. That's why I'm not married anymore.
The ideals of Leroy Britton do not match those of 13 Constantly Changed.
That I don't want to be involved with a crazy bitch. Neither one of you guys do either. All right?
I am involved with a crazy bitch. She's just hot.
I am single and not trying to mingle. Continue.
There we go.
But yeah, I mean, he came.
But Shawn Michaels should have been an enhancement talent based on the idea of what Vince McMahon Sr. created. But Jesse, Leroy, we all watched the first run of Shawn Michaels. There was no denying he was the best.
That guy was the. When we talk about him, the original him is Shawn Michaels.
See, Vince knew talent. He knew talent when he saw it. So I know he saw Shawn and he goes, "Oh damn, there's something there."
Which is why it's so hard.
Even the one guy that really didn't like him for many years, Brett, said the same thing. There is something.
I've only cried 5 times in pro wrestling. One of those times is when Shawn Michaels showed up on Raw in an NWO shirt. Because I'm like, the GOAT's back.
Yeah.
The dude, the main guy is back.
Brett Michaels. It works.
That guy never messes up to Shawn.
Pause.
That guy sucks.
Pause. It actually works. Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels. It somehow works. Anyway.
I liked him when he was younger in the band, but that's all right.
We called him Bret Michaels, but Jesse doesn't want to talk about it.
Let's not ever talk about Poison.
I love Poison.
The boy bandification of metal right there.
Well, you know.
I saw him 2 years in a row.
Jesse,
2 summers in a row here in Duluth. They were really
good.
Jesse,
I hate to say this though.
Years ago. But.
Jesse, I hate to say this though. Some of your favorite guitarists can't outdo CC DeVille. I'm just saying. I
want to say this in retort, and then you can go. I can't wait to bring back my personal podcast, as we can debate that, sir.
Fair enough. Although to be fair, I don't know if I told you this. The last time Hailstorm was in town, Lindsey Sterling opened for her, right?
Oh, right.
And I found myself, and people will ask why, but the answer will explain why. I found myself focusing more on the guitarist on stage for her show than her, which is weird because she's hot as fuck.
Oh.
And people were like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, Jesse, guess who her guest guitarist on that tour was? Maybe you've heard of him. His name is Jason Richardson.
That's right.
It's kind of hard to look away when that dude's playing guitar.
It was Jason Richardson, who's like one of the absolute best on the planet.
Yeah, but I have to agree with you, man. If you have a great guitarist on the stage, how can you not watch him?
Lindsey Sterling is so special.
Leroy, let me be clear. I have to do this for all the bands he's been in and himself. There's great guitarists, and then there's Jason Richardson. The dude is insane. I don't know how he does half of what he does, but anyway.
Forgetting his last name now. Strad. He was in Weapon X in Japan. He's like one of the.
Okay. Yeah.
But
yeah.
Jason Richardson said, "Hey, I picked up an A string. Can you do it now on A string?"
Yeah. You could go ahead.
Is he better than Eddie Van Halen?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good question.
You think he's better than
Yes.
Yes.
You think he's better?
Yes.
And I love Eddie, but
I just bought the last ever record of Van Halen. Hard to find, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
But Leroy, you have to understand something. I love me some Eddie, so when I look you in the eye and I say, yes, he's better than Eddie Van Halen, I mean that shit.
Better than Prince?
Well, yeah. But here's the thing. Prince was as great as he was on the guitar. He was also a very soulful guitarist.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't even put Eddie and Prince in the same category.
Yeah,
per
no,
se.
you can't.
I mean, because then it is hard to say who is better.
Right.
But
when you're talking strictly rock and metal, yes, Jason's above Eddie.
Okay, all right.
Jason is above Eddie.
But anyway, back to my point.
Also can write songs better. Continue.
Well, you know.
Hey, wait a minute now.
But no, actually, Jesse, that works. So when I think about Brett and Shawn, I think about Eddie and Dave.
Okay.
They personally, there's no relationship.
Sure.
But when they made records,
yeah.
Holy crap, did they make records? But
Yes.
anyway, back to the point, Jesse. AEW is influenced by Jerry Lynn and RVD in '99 because that was a great rivalry.
Right.
We all loved it. But they don't look back on it. Shawn Michaels did it all before RVD and Jerry Lynn.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Like, I mean, look, Jerry Lynn is a goat to me. I love Jerry Lynn.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, our boy Darren Corbin, that's his guy, Jerry Lynn.
Yeah.
But, Jesse, everyone who's a wrestler goes, yeah, but that one-eyed dude down in fucking or down in Orlando, He did it all before we ever did.
Wait, one. He still has two eyes. Just one looks that way.
Well, listen, the other one is off to the seas, and the other one is working with young wrestlers.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll ever interview with me in the room. I just
No, he won't. But anyway, but Jesse, so now like
you just be Jesse.
But now, Jesse, here's the question in that statement. Do they not know what RVD and Jerry Lynn were actually doing?
They were studying from the book of HBK.
No, not just that, but like that rivalry alone told so many different elements.
They also did stories.
Yeah.
That was cinematic masterpiece there in the ring.
That's what I told people about ECW. They also did actual fucking storytelling.
They're
and by the way, RVD and Jerry Lynn, Jesse, you always talk about GCW nowadays. They weren't the extreme part of ECW.
Right.
They were, like, Jesse, again.
They were the wrestlers of ECW.
Yes.
Them, Taz. Tommy was more of a brawler, but.
Yeah, he's a brawler.
There's another guy that comes to mind. But, yeah, it's just them, Taz. Balls Mahoney could actually wrestle.
Yeah.
He was a brawler, but he could wrestle.
Yeah.
I just like when they had the chair where they flipped it around about 5 or 6 times before
and of course,
somebody got hit by the chair.
Sandman was more of their Stone Cold. But, like I told people, if you asked me throughout their career who was the better wrestler, it was clearly Steve Austin.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, I was never much of a WCW guy, but that guy could actually fucking wrestle in a ring.
Sandman will always hold a place in my heart.
Sure.
But if you want me to talk about workers, he's not in my top 100.
No.
He's not.
Entertaining as shit, though.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Entertaining. Could sell his ass off.
Yeah.
Stone Cold stunning Steve Austin was wonderful.
And that's why Paul pushed him. And that's why Paul pushed him to the moon because he got those fans over.
Right.
But anyway, that's my thing. Is just Jesse. They're not understanding that if you actually go watch the year of '99 RVD versus Jerry Lynn, Jesse, those matches are still better than anything AEW is producing. I'm sorry, it just is.
Probably.
And this is what I get at is like, okay, again, the reason why I can't take Dave Meltzer seriously with this 5.5 Kenny versus Zack Sabre. First of all, it was the 6th time they've done it. Second of all, Jesse, he still will not ever just acknowledge. And by the way, because he knows if he says it, even his own readership will walk away. Jesse, neither one of those guys is better than Kurt Angle in his prime.
No.
Neither one of those guys
has
a. Now, Kenny has a connection with a Japanese audience, but Sean has a connection with everybody in the sense of those two guys are still not better than Sean. And what people don't understand is that you didn't give Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle a 5 at WrestleMania 21, but you go 5.5 for two dudes who are older, a little more broken down, and have already done it 6 times?
Because he's still butthurt.
Dave!
And he gets on his knees or somebody does.
Dave!
By the way, the same guy he keeps giving 5 stars to, Will Ospreay, already said he doesn't care about the ratings because he's never given Kurt Angle a 5-star match.
And that was, let's see, that match is a 5-star, and they had, a week or two?
It was 4.5 stars on the names. People got to understand something. On the name alone, they walked into a 4.5.
Fuck that, I'll beat you. Them coming out to the ring on entrance alone got them 4 and 7.5.
And
everything else was above after that.
They did this rivalry in a short amount of time.
On 2 different shows.
On 2 different shows.
You're going to make me go rewatch that match on Netflix tonight. It's so
I watch that match at least twice a year.
It's so good.
I can only do it twice because let me be clear. After I watch it for 3 months, nothing can add it. Like nothing can add up to it.
The other one I can't watch a lot. Otherwise, I would come in here every week and say everything is shit. Is Shawn versus Undertaker 2?
Oh, jeez.
And they were both damn near 50. I'm like, bro.
They were both broken as shit.
Like, if I watch that match again and then try to talk about modern day wrestling, I'm like, you guys all suck, really.
That's really what it is.
These two are damn near 50, and they did that.
So Jesse, what do you say to that locker room when you sit there and you realize that, guys, if that's who you're emulating? Because by the way, Jesse, Paul's correct. He's not wrong.
Right.
He's right because they all talk about the influence of ECW.
Right.
But the problem is, and this is why I don't get mad at talent, but I'm just like, okay, you need to. Wrestling's.
It can be frustrating to hear them.
Yes, it can be frustrating because, like, Jesse, when I sit down and I talk with the indie stars that we know that have been taught by the Hive and the Academy School of Professional Wrestling, Jesse, we're talking about the stories.
Yeah.
We're talking about what they were told to look for. Right. Don't watch the match. Watch the crowd. Right. Watch what they do in between the moves. Right. Like, Jesse, I'll be honest with you. MAW, DPW, what they're doing at the Hive. Folks, if you want wrestling that resembles WWE at its peak, that's your indie wrestling. Because they're taught by people who knew, Jesse, you want to make it big? There's a platform, right. But you got to do it a certain way.
Right.
Because CM Punk said it to a young girl in a fucking arcade who asked, you think I should sell more? He goes, did you do a good job here tonight? Did everyone leave happy? Yeah. Okay, so you did well for this room.
Right.
You already know what I'm going to tell you because you know that for this room you did well. But if you want to go there, we got a few things we got to work out here.
You got to pick up your game, basically.
Yeah. Because, Jesse, that's what people don't get. Whether it's the UJPW, whether it's this, whether it's that. There is a style that gets people excited. And what bothers me about it, the fucking sickos is, you know, y'all really liked collision matches when Punk was putting them together. And
I know.
And I was like, that's not AEW
that
wrestling.
That was very WWE.
That was very, how you say.
That was very WWE. But collision used to just blow Dynamite out the fucking water there.
It was actually two different shows.
Like, it was enjoyable
to watch.
You're
not allowed to watch that era of Dynamite because fuck you, you haven't earned it yet. You have not earned the hell that we've been through.
You can lick the sweat off my balls.
I still remember sitting in that hospital room with my ex holding her hand and she's, trying to rest.
I will allow you to watch that because I watch it 7 times a fucking month.
And I'm watching that tag match.
Leroy, I'm pretty sure it's in full on YouTube. Go watch Gin and Juice versus FTR. That match, Jim Cornette said, it's the greatest tag team match he's ever seen on television.
So good.
Punk was there to help produce it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that was the good days of Collision.
And I was like sitting there trying not to scream because I didn't want to wake her up.
I was screaming at Allison was pissed at me.
It was so fucking good.
Leroy, you have to understand something. If you've never seen it, you are transported to so many different I'm not even trying to build it up. Like, folks, if you love wrestling, that right there shows you that if he's produced well, Jay White is a god.
And by the way, it also proves FTR really should be considered one of the best tag teams of their generation. But they went to AEW for too long.
Yeah.
So it's like bringing me back to watching like the Hart Foundation.
Yeah.
Hart Foundation, Demolition.
Oh God, dude.
Or the Rockers.
Jim Cornette.
The Hardys, the Dudleys, and Edge and Christian.
I'm going way back.
Is there a living, breathing man who knows tag team wrestling inside and out more than Jim Cornette? I don't think there is. I would argue there is not.
Probably not.
And guess what? He said it is the only AEW match. It's the only wrestling match he ever had saved in his DVR.
Wow.
We're talking 3 years of reviews before he stopped reviewing the whole thing and now reviews like just the main event stuff.
He's probably seen a few more tag team matches.
Well, sure.
Not many more, but a few more.
But that's the thing.
Yes.
Whenever he reviews AEW and it's a tag match, he almost always brings it back to they will not live up to that match. And I'm like, that's fair.
Nothing has come close to that.
And
that shit was stupid great.
It told you 3 things. 1, Jay White when produced is a fucking demon. Juice Robinson may be one of the best in the world. He's just not pushed enough.
No.
And FTR should be considered the best tag team in the world.
It's like how long ago that was.
Fucking 3-4 years now.
Okay.
When were you dating Peggy?
So
I had to be 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, it was like 3-4 years ago.
Okay. So
he's got a new DVR, so it's gone now.
So if you look at great matches,
it's still up on YouTube, I think.
Yeah,
great matches that WWE had like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Do they have still some great matches that are going on right now? Yes. Does AEW have any great matches?
I'll push back on AEW not having any good to great matches.
Yeah. But anyway.
But they should evolve from that.
We got a couple more things coming up here.
Devolve from that.
We got a couple more things coming up here.
There's a conversation to be had there.
The other thing that I want to get to here is so right now, what bothers me is this. If you wrap everything together, what I've been saying coming up, AJ wanting this to happen,
right.
AAA getting it and showing that results can happen.
Right.
There is a current person in the WNBA who is the most useless sack of shit in the planet, and her name is Kathy Engelbert. She is the commissioner. And first of all, you stood up Dan Patrick.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
She was 60 yards away from him after agreeing to be on his show, and she didn't go because reportedly the PR department thought it wasn't a good idea. You're the commissioner. You're the commissioner. They work for you.
And you're going to deny going on a great show like that?
Well, anyway, but Jesse, my point is this. They want to grow. The women of the WNBA, pay attention to me for like 2 seconds.
Go for it.
I've said this before. You want to grow. You want to get paid. You want sponsorships. You want the jerseys to matter. You want everything. The men figured it out in the 90s, and you don't want to follow the fact that even Michael Jordan said, I'll still be the guy who wins at the end of the year, but go ahead, David Stern, promote these other 6 or 7 guys so we can all get paid. Michael Jordan sat back and said, you know what? I'm still going to be that dominant player when it's game 6 at the end of the year. But, yeah, we can't have me in every commercial because things have to grow. The legendary story, Jesse, the Dream Team, the greatest team ever assembled in the history of basketball, didn't feature a young, prime, athletic Shaquille O'Neal. A white guy named Christian Laettner was picked for that team.
That's
and
true.
Every guy on that team will tell you it was because he was a two-time champion in college and he was white.
He was just also a great player.
Yeah, there's another great white guy that was on that team, too. Larry Bird.
He was also old, broke down, and no one cared.
Also,
but he can still shoot.
To be fair, Christian did not do enough for the T-Wolves. Although I know what state I'm in. I know what room I'm in.
If we get LeBron, all is forgiven. But anyway, Jesse.
If that doesn't happen, I'm going to poop myself.
Jesse, now I'll give, bring in the people that think that I'm trying to make it racial. When golf lost Tiger for a little bit, not a single golfer and all their Christian beliefs and all their, private live things, did they talk shit about the man that made them millionaires?
Yeah. No.
He made them rich, and don't tell me the PGA didn't call everybody into a fucking clubhouse and go, don't say shit about Tiger, because the only reason why we're sponsored by 4 fucking Fortune 500 companies this weekend,
it's Tiger Woods.
And it's not even a major, it's because of that red shirt.
When they used to completely sell out when they would tour and do the golf courses, like it was Tiger Woods. He was because he's
what I'm getting at, Jesse.
What was dude's name?
Back
in the
Jack. 60s. It was Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicklaus.
Jack Nicklaus.
Yeah,
but since Jack Nicklaus, that was the greatest golfer the world had ever seen was Tiger Woods.
I actually think Tiger's better overall because I just think
probably
I think Tiger, just because of the injuries, wasn't going to catch Jack.
Because I'm a Yankees guy, so I love Babe Ruth. But there is a thing in New York where it's just like, for his time. But because he didn't have to play against a lot of black players, and they were like, it's hard for me to call him the greatest of all time, which is fair.
Well, yeah. But anyway, what I'm getting at, Jesse, is Kathy refuses to just look the ladies in the eye and say, we're going to strap a rocket to Caitlin's back, and you're all are just going to watch the vapor trail spit money out. Like it doesn't make any sense why they're so anti this.
Here's the weird thing about them. What I don't understand is, because Caitlin's hurt again. This is going to plague her career, by the way, because as popular and as great as she is, she gets hurt a lot. But
I would say a lot of the injuries happen because of the physicality that the league continues to pretend doesn't happen to just her.
But Sophie's still good.
Well, yeah.
Sophie's great. That team is still a playoff caliber team because Sophie's there.
Yeah.
Now, Angel's finally gotten better. So I will throw her in there as someone you could push as a star. You got at least 2 or 3 of them here for the Lynx.
But if we're just going to be honest with ourselves,
got a nice rookie
who
this
is
year.
still based on the numbers, who is still the cash cow?
Oh, it's Caitlyn.
It's not a question.
It's Caitlyn.
But that's my thing about wrestling.
Once again, coming from college because she was already super popular.
Yeah. But, Jesse, that's my thing. The fact that
I hadn't watched women's basketball for college in like 10 years.
And then Caitlin Clark showed up.
I saw Iowa and Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, holy shit, this is basketball.
Yeah.
The heart. Like, I was just like, this is basketball.
But Jesse, that's my point. The AEW audience thinks that what Tony Khan has been doing for the last 7 to 8 years is going to help them grow. It's going to help them reach the levels that WWE
so before
got
we
to.
get into his ass, let me start it by saying this. Triple H has like 4 bosses to answer to.
Yeah.
Tony Khan has 1. Himself.
Well, no.
I'll throw a second, possibly his daddy.
Well, no, I would say the only person he quote to to use your words, the only person he has to answer to is his dad. And as long as he doesn't touch the Jaguars, his dad don't care.
I got one more person he has to answer to. God. I don't know.
But God cannot help him with his booking. So let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. God cannot help him with his booking.
Yeah, boy.
Well, I can help him.
And a prime example is my final topic, and you boys put the mics away for a second.
Okay.
No. I will let you two be nice, be cordial. I'll let you suck his fucking fake cowboy dick when I'm done. But before we get there, I'm going to have to do it because fuck both of you.
Of course, it's a
The
Hangman
useless
segment.
Piece of shit.
It's Hangman.
Came back on Saturday, and he's as big a pussy as he ever was.
Let me go get you your cord. It's going to take him a minute.
That motherfucker.
I'm going to go get your cord. It's going to take
You know what?
Fuck Hangman Adam Page. That was the biggest bunch of horse shit. And by the way, Hangman, you call yourself a cowboy. A horse is what's on a ranch, Mr. Cowboy from fucking West Virginia.
I would not suck a no. I'd go find some cowgirl pussy to eat. That's it.
That's what you're going off of? You're going to keep on a joke that's 2 minutes old? Stick with me here, okay? God damn, you suck. Not as bad as Hangman, though. Thanks for the transition. But seriously, that was...
Wait a minute. I have somebody that sucks worse. Jack Perry.
I disagree. Anyway, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
All right.
To suck, you had to be good at some point. Anyway.
Young Bucks.
Had to be good at some point.
Oh,
anyway. But no. No. This guy was pushed to a main event and still, after all this time away, came back with a fucking douche-ass haircut, comes back, and fucking once again...
He didn't change it. He just didn't change his haircut.
It's just shorter and curlier. He looks like a douche. Comes out, gives a pussified bunch of bullshit promo about how I can't go after the AEW Men's World Championship. That's back. Love that. We got away from that bullshit. And now we got to sit here, and now we got to listen to this fucking bullshit, fake-ass, bullshit cowboy. I hate this motherfucker. I'm done. Yeah, I gave him some credit when he left. Because he had been a main eventer, he had tried, and he was trying. He comes back, and he's worse than he was before. Fuck this loser. Fucking, I don't give a fuck. He is a fucking useless, dumbass, overly scripted piece of shit professional wrestler who needs to shut the fuck up, go away, and stop it. Go back to teaching. This was so fucking bad. Because he's like, there's other singles championships that I can go for. We all know they're going to put you back in the title hunt in some fucking way. Stop calling us fucking stupid, you goddamn idiot.
Okay, for somebody that didn't understand Zach's rant there for a sec, just to let you know, sum it up.
Do I need a translator? Is that what you're fucking doing?
Well, hey, you were going. Zach is not a really big fan of Hangman Page. Just shorten it up there a little bit.
I feel insulted that you insinuated that I'm a fan of his in any way.
He doesn't like him at all.
I literally don't care if this motherfucker ever goes on AEW television ever again.
I thought that stipulation was because
he came back on the show no one watches.
Well, it's on Collision, huh?
Yes! This whole speech was on Collision!
14 people watched it, and Jesse.
Who's still looking for your cord, apparently.
What cord?
I don't know. Jesse, where did you go? I'm still going, but Leroy doesn't know what cord you're looking for.
Whatever he did. I find whatever he wants. That's fine.
I'm saying...
I thought the stipulation for him not going for the title was because he lost a match.
Yes, it was!
So, and that was against who?
MJF.
MJF is not the champ anymore.
That wasn't the stipulation. The stipulation, bunch of fucking tards over there, was I will never challenge for the men's world title again. He does 7 years into a fucking company that he's a main eventer in.
Oh, so he's trying to be Cody.
And then these fucking dumbass, stupid-ass, sicko, bullshit idiots. I'm not stopping. I got more to do here. Then these motherfucking dumbass sickos
You got 5 minutes.
go on social media, and what do? They don't call out the bullshit. They don't sit there and say, hey, this could be better. They go, you know what would be interesting now that he's brought it up? Hangman and Kyle Fletcher. And I just fucking vomited.
Oh, that's what you're that. We'll do that later.
I just vomited at this fucking horseshit of a goddamn fan base who can't acknowledge that this motherfucker is just a fucking useless piece of shit.
He wanted to go off.
Now be nice, Jesse.
He wanted to go off. He has to have his therapeutic moment. I'm a Jet fan. I understand. Sometimes you just got to scream.
I just got to tell his wife he deserves some great sex tonight for that rant.
Okay. It's really not that bad. He just hates him. Okay.
I know.
He just hates him. It's fine.
I
got no problem.
I was thinking, that strong words. He just doesn't really like him.
It's not that bad. But let me tell you what is bad. One, he's been neutered immediately. That's terrible.
Well, yeah.
Like, how do you just neuter the guy immediately? And I get the stipulation for the match that he lost.
Wasn't he neutered before this?
Well, now it's worse.
And then he came back. Well, he got.
It's
by the way, Jesse,
even farther.
At least give me this.
Well,
you
at least
can't
he has
stand
one
the whole
child.
men's world title thing either.
He says that, and it's weird.
He's the only one that does.
It's
and by
weird
the
to
way,
me.
Excalibur stopped saying it when this motherfucker went home.
Right. It's not the men's world title. It's the AEW World Championship.
I hate this motherfucker.
Number 2, after being neutered, this was kind of a bad promo.
Yes.
It was a bad promo. Number 3.
He hasn't been that strong on promos anyway.
He's not the strongest promo, but when he can
because
get emotional.
He's fake. He doesn't talk like this in real life.
Nobody gives him a good script.
You know, every now and then
That's because Tony Khan's booking.
We got some gold when it was him and Swerve, but otherwise it's been mostly mid.
Well,
with him.
I'll give it to those two because, like I said, Jesse, sometimes you just find chemistry with someone.
Right.
But like,
that with him working with Swerve.
Jesse, his matches are as predictable as his fucking buddies in Rancho Cucamonga.
And I'm going to say this, number 3.
Yeah, that's true.
Those other title scenes are just so unimportant.
Thank
you. Why are you talking about going after these titles that are just so unimportant? Like, they don't even matter. Kyle Fletcher, he just won a title back, didn't he, from Konosuke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, in case you all are wondering, because Leroy, I know, is on the edge of his seat, they're both still in the Don Callis family. I want to point that out.
Yeah, it is.
Konosuke has yet to be excommunicated from the Don Callis
I
family.
thought technically Kyle basically, I'm trying to remember, because that would have been this Saturday, wasn't it? I was pretty sure when he won the title, he betrayed Don.
Did Kyle?
I think.
I don't remember that happening.
So.
What collision did I find?
Fuck, I might have to go back. Like I said, it was. I actually did watch it fresh Saturday night.
Yeah.
Probably a bad idea. I had my band stuff.
Yeah.
Because then I watched AAA today, and now I have forgotten AEW.
Right.
Well,
it's easy
besides Dynamite, I've forgotten AEW.
Yeah, it's easy to do.
Well, when you see the real dogs, you just can't do anything else.
I'll be honest, I forgot parts of SmackDown right now as well. So,
well, you know.
But here's the thing. Regardless, why do we keep neutering this dude?
Okay, Jesse, before he left, I did at least give you this. I think it is more so the fact that I do think he could be molded into something.
He could be something.
But, Jesse, what I hate
right.
is that this is what I'm being given. I can't.
I know.
Jesse, I've said it before. Randy Moss, it's pretty easy to say on talent alone better than Jerry Rice. Wasn't even a question mark.
Sure.
Yes.
LeBron James, it's without a question the single most talented overall physical athlete that's ever played basketball.
It's not even a question.
Michael wasn't.
It's not even
people
a
gotta understand,
question.
Michael was more athletic than people saw,
Well, right.
but he wasn't that athletic in comparison to LeBron James.
No. I think even somebody in Will's family was like, no, LeBron's probably the greatest athlete to ever play in the NBA.
6'8", 240, moves like a fucking deer. It's not okay.
Like they were like, he should have been playing NFL football and shows basketball. Like he's insane.
Yeah.
But Yeah, when it comes to Hangman, I was a bit at a loss after that.
Jesse, people were more excited for Darren Corbin, even though the internet was like, "Oh shit, this guy." I'm like, yeah, but once again, internet, you proved that the WWE listens to the live crowd, who actually seem to enjoy this return.
Actually, first of all, if we're just kind of going return for return, I loved that one. Because everybody was wrong about where he was returning. Everyone thought he was going to return with Danhausen. I kept saying they're not going to do that to him.
No.
They got somebody else for Danhausen. Stop being stupid.
Yeah.
Number 2, and most importantly, he did say he is Baron Corbin, damn it.
Yeah. Do you have to talk to Darren to see what, he was happy that his family made it back to WWE?
Man.
I don't know if you talked to him about that.
Hey, man, all I know is
have to reach out.
Darren is always happy for his extended family.
Except for Aaron Corbin, right?
Well,
he hates him, right?
No, they're okay.
Oh, okay.
They're fine.
Well, I didn't mean to ask Darren about that.
Well, to be fair, they're as okay as brothers can be, going in and out of fighting each other.
Right,
but no, Jesse.
Hey, he was happy to give Darren some shit.
Okay,
on my behalf,
fine. I had my fun. That was a personal therapy session, whatever. Jesse, this is not gonna help them.
Because really, what you
him going after a bunch of useless scenes.
Because really, what you should be saving your rage for is shit like Jon Moxley. That is where your rage should be.
I don't have any rage left for that guy, especially after today. Especially after recently, for some strange reason, because people didn't like Roman going back and Seth and this and that, and they're just like, John is clearly the best member of the Shield, and I'm just like.
Also, really quick, I don't care how funny it is. The reason you can't go over 500,000 in any case is you have your women's champion sitting there talking about putting her face in between the tits of another woman. You can like understand you now become niche.
Motorboat, yeah.
Which is fine. I got no problem with the image, as a matter of fact. I would love to see Thekla suck on them boobies.
We are red-blooded Americans.
That's right, and I don't
proud
care
to be, by the way.
You can be gay. I love gay people.
Yeah, that's great.
But let me be clear.
I'd rather be doing this.
When you want to,
you are on TV,
national television.
You cannot sit there live, and they always talk about they're a live sport.
Yep.
And I'm like, it's funny. I hear, they get a little upset sometimes when they catch the football players swearing, but I'm like, you are at the fucking game. It's the game's going on. You're going to catch them swearing. It's going to happen.
Well, you're going to figure there's a live
I was just at the Monsters game this past Saturday. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, there are a lot of small children there because it's Saturday night, and there's football, and we all need our little fix of football once in a while. But guess what? The dumbass parents who sit there and they yell at the players for swearing after getting a big hit, it's like, ma'am, what sport did you think you walked into? Tiddlywinks?
Any sport, probably besides baseball, you're going to hear it.
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is. So,
especially in arena football, where the whole fucking point is you're right up next to the fucking players.
Right.
Uh-huh. When a small guys, a tackle in the end zone happened because a ball was in the air. Both guys from both teams fell on a small child. The small child got up and knew what they signed up for because they were right there on the fucking edge.
Because here's what kills me
I'll
about.
just say, if any parent who complains about swearing is like, you should watch your own mouth because you probably swore in front of your fucking child.
Here's what kills me about everything that just happened on Collision. Is the fact, because I believe that the return was on Collision. I think you said that, though.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, Jesse. It was on the most useless show in the world of wrestling.
As we just stated, there was 14 people in you that watched it, so.
And like I said, I don't even fucking remember it. But what I do remember.
Okay, just the 14 people that watch it.
Is how in the fuck you have this now? You have this 2-hour show.
Yeah.
Still, by the way, still. And you do nothing productive with it. We're on year 2.5 of them doing nothing productive with this show.
Well, no, actually, I would say year 2 because for at least half the year, CM Punk was trying.
I'll say 8 months. So we'll say 2 years. That's fair.
Yeah.
So, like, and then, of course, there was a photo somebody put up, and it's Danhausen, CM Punk,
and Cody
Rhodes. It's somebody going, how did Tony fucking blow this? Because he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Okay. We'll go from left to right. Right. CM Punk, all you had to do was tell a couple of fucking children to shut the fuck up, go to their locker room, and realize that they're not the stars anymore because we're trying to make money.
There's a guy here helping us in the ratings and making money right now.
And you guys are just fucking jumping on trampolines.
Don't give a fuck about your pride.
Shut up, yeah.
Don't care.
Danhausen, I don't know how you messed that up Because it's like
trying to make him a wrestler's wrestler when that's not. I mean, he can be.
Yes, he can be.
But that's not what the character.
That's not
is.
what he does.
I
And then Cody, well, for some strange reason, the only guy that was trying to do anything, you fucking just decided to give no executive
Let me
authority.
tell you what it was with Cody.
Yeah. Why don't you do that?
Let me be clear for people what it was with Cody. Mm-hmm. That guy's the leader. Tony Khan's a bitch.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
That's not hard.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
That guy can lead a locker room, tell people what to do and all that shit. Tony Khan doesn't have balls to tell anybody
But
anything.
Jesse, the locker room is so happy in AEW.
I am sure because they got their paychecks, they're all very happy.
Well, and Jesse, I'm sure since their paychecks all cleared, they'll all be happy to sit in front of a microphone and go, yeah, Tommy End was kind of a cancer.
Tommy End was such a cancer that he actually might bring him back. But Tommy End was such a cancer. Get the fuck out of here.
Guys, okay. Okay. This is going to make sense. Let me go down the rabbit hole. When it comes to Cody Rhodes, when it comes to CM Punk, which, by the way, Tony Khan did but fumbled. Yes, it's a written show, it's a scripted show, but the idea matters in sports. There was a point in the show Ted Lasso, which Alice and I are finishing up, by the way, that, yes, Jamie Tartt got sent away.
Yeah.
The most talented player on the team.
Right.
They all knew that. They just didn't like him. He was an arrogant prick.
Right.
But then Jamie finds himself without a team. Unfortunately, the therapist had to look at Ted and go, heavy is the head that wears the visor. Jesse, unfortunately, even if your team is vibing, if all you're doing is losing and tying, unfortunately, for free, there's this really fucking good guy out there who knows how to do the one thing that, unfortunately, your other 24 guys are not doing.
Win.
And unfortunately, Jesse, a coach has to make the hard decision to look at the locker room and say, hey, y'all getting paid? Good. Sit down, shut up. Here comes the guy that's going to make us all rich. Meanwhile, Tony Khan caved to the locker room and got rid of Punk. No. You're right. He never did a thing. Daniel Bryan and a couple lawyers did.
Because CM Punk told us what happened. Like that motherfucker didn't call me and tell me I was fired. I got called by his sister because he didn't say he's a bitch, but he is. Like I tell people, the one thing I will give Vince more than anything, and that's because I'm from the East Coast, like if you're the boss, you deal with the confrontations of having to let people go because you're in charge.
Vince McMahon got told, Brett's going to hit you, and you're just going to have to take it. And he did. No,
in that case, Brett's contract was expiring, all the bullshit with everything with Sean and all that. But still, he was told, hey, he's going to come punch you in the fucking face.
Yeah.
And Vince accepted it.
Yep.
Because you're the boss. You do that.
And by the way, for everything that man has ever done in his life, I will give respect on one thing. He did not move when Brett went and took a shower.
Also, I'll say this.
He stood there and didn't move a muscle.
Here's the other one I'll give him. To be fair to Vince. Hey, give him credit. He didn't really ever want to bring Hulk Hogan back again because he felt betrayed.
Yep.
But the opportunity came up. He's like, fuck my pride. Mm-hmm. NWO is out there. Even Kevin said some shit about him back in the day.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck him. I'll get them all back. Because, like,
they had nowhere else. Money. Well, they had nowhere else to go. And also, Vince was like, at one point, Vince was motivated by money. Then he was motivated by his own personal bullshit.
Right.
But it's like, no, what people got to understand is, Jesse, you've got a guy that to your audience is a main event player.
Right.
And you've presented him as this neutered down, fucking watered down, whatever you want to call him. Fine, I'll talk real talk. I'll talk like a fucking analyst right now. Hangman Adam Page could possibly revitalize a scene that makes very little sense right now.
Yeah.
And we have to talk about it. Because you make a decision at Beach Break, which although Leroy tells me could be because MJF was not in the best of shape.
I heard he might be injured.
It was still a fucking dumb decision to just go with Kenny Omega because now you've got face versus face at fucking All In. And you know what? I would be okay with it if it wasn't Will Ospreay trying to have this redemption story that you've built for months and now you've just thrown all the fucking stuff out the window because you know what's going to be a cool match? Kenny and Will.
That's my problem.
You want to wait for it, and we'll go through spring break, or do you want to?
Yeah, we go.
Okay. We'll go through summer break.
Because here was the thing: Kenny winning wasn't the problem.
No.
That was my fucking problem.
The problem is where Kenny's gonna go.
You know what? Cody Rhodes and CM Punk is a great match for SummerSlam, but it also makes story sense. We're gonna get into it, guys. I'm like, that's my fucking problem with it.
All right, so Jesse, first and foremost, something that even your boy Dave, oddly enough, found strange, and oddly enough, started to speak the wisdom that you've been trying to fucking do for the longest time. We had Jericho versus Tommaso.
Correct.
And Jesse, Dave didn't seem to like the drill spot because it's hard to grow an audience with that.
I'm not going to scream into the mic.
I know.
I'm going to respect our listeners. I'm not going to do it to you guys. I hate this man. That's what I'm saying. I hate him. Because I've been saying this for like 2.5 years now. Like, you got to stop doing stuff like this if you're trying to grow an audience.
But he's the one that was encouraging this shit because he hasn't called it out for 6 years.
Right. And now all of a sudden, well, you can't grow your audience this way. Sir, can you please get the fuck out the locker room? This is what you do to these interviewers. Sir, with all due respect, please leave. Just go. Just get out.
Again, I don't think Dave Meltzer is this bad of a person. But Jesse, Lindsey Graham died, and a lot of the criticism was you called Trump a piece of shit, and then you just started licking his boot when he got elected. So you have no respect from people anymore because you had an opinion. And it didn't change because you learned new information. You didn't acknowledge a change. Nope. You just started bootlicking.
You just wanted power.
And that's what Dave did right there.
Correct.
Was for 6 years in a sort of roundabout way, but it's all the same. He didn't call it out. And now that he has, bro, you already fucked it up by letting the audience think this is okay. The audience loved it because that's their shit.
By the way, he wasn't the only one. When Sean got called out last year for some of that shit, like, wait a minute. We're on year 5 now, and now you guys are starting to call this out? We're on year 5. They've lost sponsorships for TV, and now we're calling it out? Okay. No, you lose not only the sympathy, but the empathy, because if we were all being honest, we should have all been calling this out. But you didn't want to do it because, we need the second company. And we do need a second company, but we have to be honest about shit.
People always say, Oh, just sit over there and for me, they always like, and run your parade for the death of AEW. And I'm like, again, I'm no longer gonna fucking do a full thing on the show.
Right.
If you guys knew who my friend base was and how much I want them to get paid for their passion, you know that company has to exist, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Correct.
But anyway, Jesse, so we'll move on. Don Callis and the Jet, the most unnecessary member of the Callis family because he didn't fucking need it, run into Andre. And I'm like, dude, right then and there, that could have been the guy who took the title off of fucking Will Ospreay.
He's been hot since coming back, man. He's been on fire.
Sorry, not off Will, but off MJF.
Right.
And then I don't get Jesse, he has some of the best talent in the world.
I keep saying, and by the way, that's because we're consistent. I always tell people, if I can get on Triple H when it comes to LA Knight, why don't you guys get on Tony when it comes to Andrade? It's the same fucking situation.
There's no difference.
The
only difference is you haven't had him as long as Triple H has had LA Knight.
Correct. And now LA Knight's super hot again. And yes, the story he's doing makes sense.
Yeah.
But you also go, Triple H, at some point, if you are listening to that crowd in the arena, like you say, you're gonna have to change some plans to put the title on this dude.
You're just gonna have to do it, yeah.
Like you can no longer avoid it,
right?
So,
but it's just Jesse, and I hate this so much. I hate it because I watch Kevin Knight, and I'm like, if there was someone like a Paul Heyman who had his best interest in mind,
he's gonna be a superstar.
The guy would be now. Jesse, Paul did say in the interview, Curtis Axel and Cesaro being put with him, they were never meant to succeed. Paul admits that. He knows there was never a plan. There was nothing going on.
Right.
It was because Brock wasn't on the show.
Right.
Paul acknowledges that. Then what's the difference of Kevin Knight being given a manager who cares more about the other 17 members of the fucking group?
But let's also be clear about Paul Heyman. He got Kurt Axel over.
He did.
And boy, did he help Cesaro reach a new height.
Yeah.
So, even though there was no plan, he still made sure they had to come up with one.
Yeah. Next up, here you go, Jesse. Like, Jon Moxley versus Shane Taylor, and I'm just like,
again.
They already had a 6-man of this.
Again. Why are we?
He
we're
doesn't.
Doing Vince McMahon
Leroy,
booking. Why are we repeating shit?
Leroy, you're gonna start watching for next week, and if you don't, there is a punishment that I have in mind that you're gonna do live on the air. By the way, I'm not telling you. If you show up and you ain't ready for all 3 episodes, you'll find out. I'm not telling you.
Hey,
we're moving on. No. Back to this topic. So anyway, Leroy.
He knows who I was married to, so no punishment he can do can fucking hurt me.
It doesn't have to hurt you. It's just going to annoy the crap out of you.
Yet again, he knows who I was married to, so I don't know how that's going to bother me.
Well, but to be fair, what I'm going to have you do might smell worse than her. Anyway.
Damn!
So
that's pretty bad.
So anyway, no. But Leroy, you are going to start to understand this because he did this in the first 3 years so much that it blew my mind, and now he's doing it just slightly less. He starts with a street fight 6-man tag between the Death Riders and Shane Taylor Promotions. We are 3 weeks removed, and now it is Jon Moxley versus Shane Taylor 1-on-1. And I'm like, he does everything backwards. This match was the most unnecessary thing on the card.
Shane Taylor's so good, but this is what loyalty gets you. Like I told people, the reason I can work somewhere for a few years and then leave is because why? And I said it once in an interview when the guy was like, "You seem to only have like 3-year spans of working for someone." I'm like, "Why would you be loyal? Why would I be loyal to you? And any time you can fire me?"
Yeah.
I'm like that. I'm loyal to my wallet.
And by the way, I've said 1,000 times.
That's true, yes.
You never in my life would I ever get into a major legal situation and allow anyone in my family to be my representation. There's no fucking way in hell. And they would tell me not to. Because you want someone who is motivated by, they don't get paid unless you win the fucking lawsuit.
Right.
You want your lawyer to not care about you. You want a therapist to not care about you. Because you want an honest to goodness representation or answer to things. I've seen so many fucking people go on Financial Audit recently, and he goes, "Have you guys tried couples therapy, this and that?" And one person goes, "Well, we tried it, but it didn't work." I'm like, "Oh, so the therapist wasn't on your side." Now I get it. And by the way, if you go watch Ted Lasso, he doesn't like the therapy for the first half of the season because, folks, what people didn't understand was he said it felt like all I was doing was getting told what I was doing wrong. So that means that 2 people were trying to fix their relationship. One was actually trying to fix it, and the other one didn't really, because here's what really happened, folks. The wife got a therapist who was an enablement therapist. She felt good about herself. She wanted to win the argument, so she didn't care if they ever fixed the relationship. So basically what you got was a fear of psychology because you felt all it is you're a fuck up, you messed up, this and that.
Right.
But that's not what it's supposed to be about. You don't want a therapist. And by the way, folks, if you're ever in couples therapy, because this is my one thing Alice and I always tell people, couples therapy is not a bad thing. Not that we've ever done it, but it's not a bad thing. But if one of your partners, if one of the other person says, "I don't like that therapist," if you're really trying to fix the relationship, you fire that therapist
you do something different.
in a second. You go find another one. You do not stay with.
And one of the ways you can do that is by using our great sponsor at BetterHelp.com.
I've been working on transitions better. Jesse, I'm glad you did that because our fans might need BetterHelp.com after the next segment. Because, Jesse, I'm going to read these words, and then I'm going to get your interpretation.
All right,
but I'm going to give nothing but the words that are written on my screen.
All right, sounds good. Fucking awful.
I'm going to get better help on speed dial for myself now.
Okay. All right.
God, you had a gargle with that one? Oh, wow.
Well, here's the deal. I might unfortunately throw up while I say this.
Get him the bucket.
The successful return of Mercedes Moné to AEW.
What the fuck?
Wow, I almost threw up there, too.
It's what it says on my screen. In fact, Jesse, just to clarify, top of my screen. Right.
It says a successful return of
Who wrote that shit?
The monkeys on the site.
You know, I wonder if he hired the same monkeys that used to write WWE.com. So, For those who don't know, back in like 2008 to 2013 used to be the worst time to check the site for reviews. Because you would read the review and you go, or their review, and you'd be like, oh, the show sounded pretty good. I missed it. And I used to tell people, if you had somebody recorded /TiVo for it, that's how old I'm fucking getting.
Right, yeah.
If you had somebody TiVo it for you and you watched the episode,
yep.
you'd be like, this was 3 hours of dog shit.
Yep.
But when you read the site, you were like, man, that was exciting.
Which, by the way, folks, Triple H didn't fail. The network put SmackDown back to 2 hours. Right? Because the ratings weren't working out for 3 hours.
Well, it's not even that. The whole deal is he's supposed to do 3 hours leading up to Mania, and then they cut it. Apparently, that's the deal they have in place. So,
yeah.
But anyway, yeah, it's just, by the way, which is stupid because he needs the roster. Anyway.
Yeah.
Discussion.
Yeah.
Which, it was quiet.
Not only that, but Jesse, she was on a beach somewhere.
Oh, by the way, really quick, because one of these shows was in Minneapolis, and somebody went, "Oh, they're gonna have more. AEW have more people than WWE will in the Viking Stadium." First of all, the Twins get no fans right now, none.
Guys, let me be clear, and I'm not mad about it. A lot of those people weren't at the game. They came for that.
Correct. The Twins get no fans.
Yeah,
we don't care about our baseball team right now.
And they didn't have it on the field. They had it somewhere on.
I'm gonna be honest.
Where was that?
Okay, so Leroy, in off right center field is a mezzanine area where they hold.
I remember I see that.
Where they hold a lot of family events. So they set up the ring there.
Oh, that's right. Well, okay. I've been to the stadium. So
by the way,
I
it
wasn't
looks
sure
fucking
where it was.
weird. It looked very fucking weird. But number two.
Well, they did have Top Flight there.
Because the Twins. It's funny because they are competing, but no one gives a fuck.
That's because of who owns them.
Well, and I understand that. Number two.
The whole division.
So weird to see when they do the wide shot, the target field thing, and no fans are in the stadium. So you couldn't even put fans in the Twins stadium when the Twins can't do it either. So you have the same goddamn ownership problem as the Twins. Number three. There was about 3,000 people for the show.
Yeah.
WWE still, even though it's a lot less than what fits in US Bank Stadium, that's fair. Mm-hmm. It's still getting 30,000. Let's not make these jokes without context because they not only become not funny, they make you look stupid.
Not only that, but Jesse, would you like to remind the people at home, how big is Wembley again?
Oh, fuck. I think it easily fits 50,000, maybe 60,000. Oh, yeah.
90,000. Oh, yeah. Which, by the way, Jesse, how many do they do for a
Champions League?
No. For a middle of the pack premiere game on a fucking Saturday afternoon.
They could usually do 80,000 alone.
On a Saturday afternoon, folks. You know what people were doing? Going and watching that useless piece of shit called soccer. Anyway.
By the way, the World Cup's actually pretty good. But, and
Fine.
by the way, I told people listen.
Define good, but whatever.
I like soccer.
I know.
So I think I do think the tournament has been mostly good. I told people I watch a lot of the American players. They're all very good. They were very physical. I want to give them a lot of credit for how far they got. They were never going to win.
No.
But
they never had a shot.
It was helpful in trying to market the sport.
And I will say this, that red card was a bunch of bullshit.
It was bullshit.
And I will say this, although I'm not happy he's getting credit for it, all Trump did was remind FIFA you do have the right to change things.
But also really quick.
Yeah.
You can't take belt to ass like that and then complain about the red card. Because you took belt to ass in that second half.
Yep.
Like, you got your ass beat. Otherwise,
and the best player didn't do shit.
Back to this.
No one did shit.
Back to this chick.
Jesse, she was on a beach, and she was holding the Owen Hart title, which, by the way, Martha wasn't even able to come fucking present this year, so she doesn't even give a fuck about this tournament anymore. Spitting on the legacy of Owen if there ever was one.
They didn't pay her enough.
Probably.
It's Minnesota. Yeah. It's probably cheaper to come here than anywhere else.
But anyway,
well, it's closer to Canada. Well, no, they think we're from fucking Canada up here.
Well, no, Dynamite.
We are not.
Dynamite was actually from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, so Collision was in Minneapolis.
But anyway.
Still.
That wasn't too far from Canada either.
But anyway, no, but Jesse, she was on a beach holding the belt saying, I'm watching everything.
That's right, Dynamite was because they did the pre-show.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Now I remember.
But we know she's challenging.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up.
Her and Will are on the poster, by the way.
How fucking bad is American wrestling at that moment when I fucking forgot that's where they were?
Yeah.
I can tell you everything that happened on Raw this week and
Yeah.
NXT.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you about AAA.
Mm-hmm.
A really good start to the preliminaries for the G1, which I'm fucking excited for this year.
But anyway, Jesse.
I can't tell you shit else about American shit that's on TV, though.
So we moved on from
There we
Monet
go.
because that was apparently a successful return, even though she wasn't at the event. She was on a beach in a bikini holding a title that means
I'm
nothing.
going to restrain the comments that I almost had when I saw the bikini and all that, because I got into trouble on Twitter. And for those who don't know, I would like to apologize. What I was getting at was she definitely is half black, and I'm going to keep it at that. She got no ass.
Jesse,
Well,
Jesse,
I know that from years. Yes.
Jesse,
Yeah.
Darby,
She got no dunk.
Darby Allin returns to attack the Jet. We're really doing Darby Allin versus Kevin Knight again.
I guess this is their way of building Kevin Knight. It's not a good way to keep doing it, though.
There's the
It's just not
fourth,
a great.
fifth time they've
I
done
think
this.
it's the third time they fought. It's just not a great way to. It's. I've been upset when it comes to Austin Theory because I'm just like this. What we need to do with this kid, and apparently fucking John Cena mentioned it again, was can we just turn him babyface and let him do his thing?
Please.
Because he's so good.
He's a really good baby.
But
face.
you're not allowing him to do his shit, guys.
Yeah. Next up, there's two parts to this. Number one,
And he's a good looking kid. Like, use that.
I don't know why we're still using the first guy like this. Number two, Jesse's going to go off about the second guy in the match. First guy in the match, I don't know why Mark Briscoe is still being used as a fucking underneath nobody. But Mark Briscoe beat Pac. What the fuck do you do with Pac at this point, Jesse? He loses everything that
Listen,
matters.
I changed his name every time now. So, Mark Briscoe beat Meat.
Yeah.
Because of all them steroids or whatever he took.
Yeah.
He's not Pac anymore. He's man meat.
Yeah.
And a lot of it.
And what was even weirder was... Oh, wait.
He has muscles in places I didn't know you had places.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No. The match was fine. Once again, and all the love to the Briscoe family. Not even WWE. I would have much rather seen Mark Briscoe show up in TNA. Because we're still having him circle the wagons and do the brother thing. And I'm not trying to say we should move on because I always go and watch those old matches and remember Jay very fondly. But let that guy who by the way, who was a good singles guy in Ring of Honor, let him try to go fucking explode somewhere else if you're not going to use him.
Oh, I agree with you there.
This is weird. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. No. Yeah. No. I apologize. That was June 10th. Their spring break thing. It was really weird. I was reading the wrong things, but that's why. But Jesse, here's why everything went wrong. Tommaso Ciampa versus Jericho was the first match on that show as well.
Yeah.
So the actual thing that we'll get to is Jesse. The Brawling Birds do what they do best. Hayter and Windsor, what are we doing with these ladies? I don't understand it anymore.
I don't remember this. What happened?
So this. I
don't remember this.
I don't know what they're doing. To the
I do
women's
not remember
division.
this.
They were just at a pub.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
They were just at a
I'll
pub.
have to go look for this.
drinking a pint?
AEW World Champion
to be fair,
MJF.
neither of them are Scottish.
Yeah.
I fucking ate.
AEW World Champion MJF and Will Ospreay had a heated showdown. I remember
Right.
that.
Also, the Scottish hate the Brits, so you might want to stop doing that.
Yeah, no, stop fucking
Yes,
that up.
I know.
Here we go. Kyle Fletcher won the title from Konosuke.
Okay.
Kyle Fletcher won the title
Yeah.
from Konosuke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, folks, if you get mad at us, well, why didn't you? Well, to be fair, we haven't reviewed Dynamite in like 2-3 weeks.
I'm about to say
so-
it's been 3 weeks now.
Yeah, it's
we,
been a while.
We actually didn't do it without you the last week we did the show.
Yeah, no, we
What the
didn't. So
fuck?
anyway,
You should have done it without me. Then I'd have to deal with it.
Yeah, too bad.
Oh.
But yeah, Jesse, now we're on the right show. So Fletcher came out with Lance Archer, and again,
What a
Archer's the most
waste.
wasted thing
What
there.
a waste.
He's back again?
After seeing
Never
Baron,
left.
After seeing
Oh, I
Baron,
didn't even hear about him.
after seeing Baron Corbin, thinking about Lance Archer, I'm like, are you sure you don't want to go try it really quick? Like, what the fuck do you have to lose? I mean, the great Jake the Snake let his contract expire.
Yeah.
Like,
speaking of
he had better things.
Speaking
to do.
of legends that should have anything better to do, they brought out Mick Foley again.
well, he's signed there now, so it is what it is.
So Mick comes out, he interviews Fletcher, but that was the trap set by Andrade.
Right.
You talk about his shoes.
I will always love Mick, but I just it doesn't. The reasoning still doesn't. Here we
go. This is what got me. Will Ospreay.
Sorry.
Yeah, Will Ospreay and John Moxley defeated the Workhorsemen. They're still there, by the way, Jesse.
Yeah, I know they're still there.
Jobbers.
So, for those who don't know, because it's JD and then
JD Drake.
I forget the other guy's name. Thank you, Anthony Henry.
Yep, Anthony Henry.
So they've been doing more stuff on the indies.
Yeah,
and they've been very fucking good.
And that's why this match bothered you, was because
he does nothing with his tag teams. Nothing. At least WWE recently has like tried to reinvigorate it.
Next up, Jesse, your most disrespected woman in the entire division. We decided that Hikaru Shida just going to win the TBS title, and now she's the ace of TBS. Literally just stealing Tanahashi's gimmick.
I hate this heel character. I hate it.
She's just a heel Tanahashi.
I hate it.
And by the way, Tanahashi was never a heel.
No. I hate this.
So, Jesse, he couldn't sign all the talent from Forbidden Door, so now he's stealing the gimmick of the president?
I guess. I've hated this heel character.
Yeah.
Seriously, she is the most disrespected talent they've ever done.
She was a paid fan, folks, with a belt. Paid fan with a belt.
Yeah.
My problem even isn't the fact that she won the TBS title. It's the fact you even have her in the scene.
Yeah. She's a 3-time world champion.
Which Thekla desperately needs a legitimate challenger.
She's not. Oh, well, hold on, Jesse. We made one next because even though Mercedes has the title shot at All In, which is only in a couple of weeks, AEW Redemption needed a challenger for Thekla, so now Thekla is gonna fucking beat Willow Nightingale,
who I was happy to see back because I thought she wasn't coming back till October. She's gonna just get a random title shot. Listen, can I really quick? I want to throw us back. You guys don't mind if I throw us back quick? Mm-hmm. I want to throw us back to 2014, I believe this was.
Okay.
WWE.
Yep. I was there. Leroy was there.
Yeah.
Actually, 2015. Seth Rollins comes back.
Yeah.
From the knee injury, on the pay-per-view pedigrees, Roman, all that.
Yeah.
Cuts the great heel promo.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys remember Roman's actual first challenger?
Offhand, no, I don't.
Finn Balor! And unfortunately for your wife, do you know what happened to Finn Balor? He looked up at the lights. Why are you doing this to Willow?
Because she's not beating Thekla.
No!
You're not going to have Willow versus fucking Monet at fucking All In. That'd be the stupidest fucking move in the world.
Well, here's a great question. Do they need her to wrestle Thekla on Redemption?
No!
Okay.
Why can't you just... And by the way, WWE is going to give Oba Femi his title shot. Oba literally said, for me to reach the mountaintop, I have to conquer Brock. So Oba's told you in that moment without telling you, because once again, people, subtlety matters.
Well,
he's going to get his shot.
And I keep saying this.
He said that title shot will always be there.
Yeah, he said that.
I need to do this.
Here's the thing. I understand people's upset about him winning King of the Ring and then not just doing the title shot. I do get it. But and maybe it was just lack of execution of the story beat itself. Yeah. I do want to respect those opinions.
Sure.
But it has been explained.
Yep.
Brock did come back and kick him in the dick. Clearly, they were going to do this match. This has always been the plan.
Yep.
So, yeah, him winning King of the Ring was the actual shock because you were like, well, isn't he going to fight Brock? Isn't Brock just going to show up in Saudi and cost him?
Yep.
That didn't happen. That's not what they did. Okay.
But
that's
this
a story beat. This makes no fucking sense.
Thekla doesn't need a challenger in between her and Monet.
Because she has one in Monet.
When is All In? Give me the actual date, Leroy.
All In?
August. It's after SummerSlam. August. Actually, I think it's the Sunday after the con, so August 16th.
So it's only like maybe a month away.
Right.
You got 4 fucking shows.
Right.
But,
this is just.
But we're gonna bury Willow in the process.
Like you just.
August 30th.
Oh, it's the end of the month. Okay, so
still though, you only got like fucking 8. You got like 6 weeks.
Because I did remember it was after SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just.
And next up, boy, this was big news. We had to make a segment on Dynamite for it, and boy, he gave a great interview afterwards. Tony Khan re-signed Albert Hainsworth. I mean Jack Perry.
Who cares?
Thank you.
Who gives a shit?
You can fight me on Hangman all you want. You can fight me on this guy. Fuck
you know I won't fight you on Jack Perry.
Nope.
Who cares? Even though he's gotten better, who gives a shit?
He means nothing to this show. By the way, the reports came out WWE had no interest. Because what are they going to do with him? He'd have to go to NXT.
He would have to go to NXT.
Because he doesn't... But you know what?
Because he doesn't know how to work a camera for shit.
He'd be behind some of the NIL people that were on LFG.
Correct.
Hey, you know what, Jesse? That day is going to be a dizzy day in August. You know why? Because you got All In, AEW, NXT Heatwave.
Oh, yeah.
And AAA.
That's right.
But you know what's the best thing about NXT and AAA?
Well, those are easily accessible.
Yeah. You know, and you know what else is about them? You know how much they cost? Free.
Well, NXT isn't technically free, but
yes, it's on the CW.
No shit.
Yeah, they're on CW now.
That's going to be a specialized show on CW?
Well, no. All the PLEs for NXT are now on CW.
Oh!
That's live TV now.
Okay. I will give you a set. They are on the CW. You also can watch them simulcast on ESPN Unlimited. And if you're streaming Netflix internationally, thank you for your international fans out there, it's going to be on Netflix.
NordVPN, 75% off. Remember, guys, go to our link that will be attached to all of our shows. NordVPN protects your data. It protects you from people trying to hack into your computer. It protects you from the ad people always sending those ads when you're on social media. Those ones where you're just like, dude, I accidentally clicked the ad once and it keeps showing up. NordVPN, 75% off when you sign up. And you're talking about a great deal. You're talking about the first few months cost you like $3. It's a great deal. Go click on our link. Go sign up today. It's a great product. And thank you very much, because you'll need it, because you definitely do not want to pay fucking $50 for All In.
And guess what? I'm going to do that when I get home.
Speaking of useless and meaningless shit, but from people we actually care about, Speedball Mike Bailey challenged Mark Davis for the international title, or sorry, for the national championship, which, by the way, is still there.
I forgot it existed, to be honest.
Everyone did.
I forgot it existed.
And now we get to, and I'm going to close my phone because I'm reading no results, because we have to get into the reason why this was so dumb for so many reasons, and the sickos don't get it because they love the matches. Kenny Omega beat MJF. Like, fine, MJF's hurt, but this was the worst pivot you could have gone to.
He got hurt in the beginning of June.
No. It's not about MJF. It's about the fact that you now have a perpetual, impossible to turn heel babyface in Kenny Omega facing the guy who's going to be the most beloved guy in the arena because it's in his fucking country.
And we know he's going to win. There you go.
You have... Jesse, I'm going to say it. WWE under Vincent Kennedy McMahon could have never shit on the last 8 years of Kenny Omega's career the way these motherfuckers have.
Just because you like the idea doesn't mean you should do it. But that's Tony Khan 101. The better match is MJF versus Will Ospreay.
But if MJF was too hurt to get there, let's just say for a second that's what happened. You could have.
Sounds like that's what it was.
You could have put it on so many other heel guys.
Here's
put it on Swerve. Let them fight it out. They got chemistry.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
My thing isn't Kenny winning the title. Kenny actually being a champion is very safe for that company.
I agree.
It actually it legitimizes your title.
Yes.
Or as one guy that you stated before too, Andrade.
Because
they weren't going to do that, Andrade versus Will, but
plus Andrade has already turned face, so you'd have it. The biggest problem is face versus face.
A swerve beating him, calling a shot, whatever, and then winning same night.
Yeah,
whatever, how you ever wanted to set that up.
Yeah.
And then knowing he has to face Will Ospreay is a great move for your company, because now when he beats that heel, it's going to feel bigger.
Jesse.
Right now, I'm not even. To me, I'm actually 50-50 on if Will wins in his home country.
Because Kenny.
Will might be like, no, let Kenny win. Because it's Kenny O'Fucking-Mega, and everyone knows it's probably the last year and a half of his career.
Yeah.
So, what the fuck are you doing? So just because you can do a match, you do it? No, nigga. Make it make sense.
Jesse, how many guys wanted in wrestling to have their last year go like this, go like that? They wanted this match. They wanted that match. But the promoter had to look at them and say, I've already got that guy wrapped up in something else.
Right.
He's got to finish that.
Right.
Jesse, the biggest thing Triple H does that the fans hate is he's not just going to throw the fucking book out the window because you want this.
Right.
He came in and people were like, wait, why wasn't Tommaso and Johnny immediately the world champions on both shows? Because it didn't make any sense.
By the way, neither of them were over enough where it would have made sense to the fan base. Because he's not booking for the NXT fan base anymore. You're booking for a wider audience. Which, by the way, he actually did a very good job once he got those two on the roster of finding a way to bring them together. And by the way, they actually had a great year-and-a-half tag run again. So, what the fuck were you complaining about to begin with, this fans?
Jesse, for everyone who sits there and is going to go crazy, like, oh my God, it's Will and Kenny. First of all, they've already done this before. And second of all, guys, it's just another face versus face. And the biggest problem is it's just another situation where, like Jesse said, Jesse, you have been on this and you have talked about it at fucking nauseum. You split your own fucking fan base because of the guys. You're supposed to want everyone on Will's side.
I'm going to be fair. You know what? Let me be fair to the critics, right? Because it's already been thrown at me. You're mad. You guys will be mad about this, but not mad about Seth versus Roman. I already said I wouldn't have done it at SummerSlam.
Yeah, we all agreed on that.
I would have tried to wait till Royal Rumble if you're going to finish that story. Because it sounds like maybe they got The Rock to commit to come do WrestleMania, which is great. But
he has no choice because he's bombing as a fucking movie.
That's very true.
And
for those of you wondering, the opening weekend of Moana could technically be $43 million. Snow White did 42.5.
Go for it.
But also, too, the title that's in situation does not need to be in that match between Roman and Seth.
Which is true, and this is why Roman...
It's not a necessary
thing. In an own way, you kind of gave away your story because Roman's probably not going to drop it to Seth when he's going to finally beat him.
Yeah.
But it's still one of those things where I'm like, story-wise, makes a lot of sense. Because Roman's almost done. You got to do the match where he gets the one win back from Seth.
Yeah.
This is just, Kenny's still around so we can do this match. But you could have waited.
But you've also been building for so long this weird-ass Death Rider bullshit that Will is going to come off as a sympathetic killer coming back from injury, which you've also fucked up. But, yes, his matches are terrible. Will's are, because he's basically doing everything again when he could have just spent the 2 months between Return and All In and been like, I can't really do it anymore. I'm barely winning. I can barely hit the... Triple H would have had a field day with knowing that Will Ospreay was perfectly capable of doing everything.
Right.
But he would have said, Will, save it for 2 months.
You act like you're still struggling to come back. By the way, it's a story... he did with Seth, and it was successful. Seth was like, man, my body's breaking down. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep barely. He was barely pulling off win after win. And it was just I'm going to burn out. By the way, that's how he lost to Drew. He was burning out and then still had to do the tag match. So he burnt himself out. Here's the thing, though. They haven't done any of that with
Will.
And by the way, the only intrigue to Will versus Omega is the fact that the match is going to be great. That's it.
Jesse, those two guys
That's
on
it.
a modern scale, they're 5.5 walking in the door.
Right.
But Jesse, you want to know what pisses me off the most? We already saw them do it a couple years ago in Japan, and they blew the fucking house down. I don't think either one of them is capable of that match anymore.
To quote CM Punk, I never thought the fucking full 180 I would pull for Phillip because, like I told people, it was never right for Vince to fire him the way he did.
Yeah.
But I also didn't like the bitching of a guy who felt like he should be a star and then didn't want the star schedule anymore. All right, cool. Then go the fuck home. Drop the title and go home.
Yeah.
Anyway, like it's Phillip said you can have the 5-star match in front of like fucking nobody.
Yep.
Or you can sell out a 70,000 seater, do a 4.5-star match, but you made a shit ton of money. Which is more important to you? And it seems like for Will, maybe the 5-star match is more important.
Well, but to be fair, Will's getting paid way more money than fucking he ever thought possible because Tony doesn't know the value of a wrestler. But guess what, folks? There were a couple of people, and unfortunately one of them is Woody Johnson, who doesn't know the value of players and overpays for guys because Jesse used to yell for years, why are we paying him that? Oh, by the way, Tony, your dad is the guy who pissed off the rest of the NFL because he was paying B linebackers $49 million, and we're like, this guy's not worth 20.
You know, it's a weird. It's one of those weird so because Kenny's proven to be able to sell out in the States. When he was in Japan, people don't realize. So when they did those 2 shows in Dallas, one of the biggest reasons it sold out, especially the second night, was because Kenny was in the main event.
And Kenny used to go to the ROH shows, and
so
they would lose their mind.
Everyone traveled to go see Kenny. Will is not that guy here in America.
He's not.
So, I know you're doing the show in his home, but you still can't even sell that out with his name.
Well, not to mention the fact, Jesse, can we also just say this? As much as they love Will, they're still the same fans that for the past 3 years have been telling you, we don't want to go to your show anymore.
But they haven't shown up. The tickets for AEW are usually cheap. And everyone's like, oh, they're family friendly. I'm like, no, because you niggas don't go.
Well, that's the funniest part I love is the amount of people on the internet who are like, look at these great tickets. Are you going? Are you going? Because you bragged 3 comments ago in this thread, there's a screenshot that it's only an hour and a half from your hometown.
So much, but the tickets are so much cheaper than WWE. Okay, go.
Then go.
All right, I gotta paint my bedroom. I won't be able to go.
People were like, why didn't you guys go? Health reasons and financial reasons.
Right.
But we at least acknowledge that we didn't go for those reasons. Jesse, if we didn't have anything to do, whether Leroy was having to watch the kids or not, if you and I were free that day,
I would have gone.
We're just in the car. We buy it at the fucking show.
The tickets are like $30 anyway.
Not to mention that, Jesse, we're old metalheads. We used to find out a band was playing 45 minutes away.
About to say, I still remember hearing, Trivium actually added a show in Green Bay. Nigga, we drove to Green Bay the next morning to go see it. Like, I don't care when it's affordable, but no, you're not going to support, period. So, it's...
You want to be the people who don't support the sexual predator that used to run WWE. But you know what? Just grow a pair of balls, something that the owner of your favorite company doesn't have, because he hides behind God, and fucking just say it.
His father, money...
His sister who's a lawyer. Yeah. But no, just admit that you don't want to support the Vince McMahon owned former thing, but you won't come out and say it. You come out with this bullshit of, well, Tony's better than Vince ever was. Tony's got the best wrestling. These are the best. This is the best. This is the best. Guys, you don't want to support the sexual predator. We get it.
No, here's the thing. To me, it's not even that anymore. It's because Vince has not been a part now of WWE for almost 2 years.
But that's what they're using to justify it.
He hasn't been there in almost 2 fucking years. Let's be honest about their guy, Tony Khan. And no one likes him every time I put this out. When he originally left, apparently the sickos have short memories. He met with Vince McMahon.
Yep.
Twice. He tried to hire Shane. So what is this about hating the McMahons but also trying to work with them? maybe your guy is full of shit.
Well, but remember, Jesse, Vince McMahon has not given as much money to Donald Trump as the fucking Khan family has.
By the way, that's what killed me about
Mick. Yeah,
because I was just
they've give the Trump and the Republicans not good.
It's like Mick.
Not as much as Vince.
Mick, I don't like what the top heads of TKO are doing either.
Yeah.
But to try to bury the company that made you, and by the way, he did say thank you, and I do get that.
Yeah.
But it's just like to actually it felt like you were trying to bury them.
Yeah.
When it's just three guys, and yes, they own most of it, but it's just three guys forcing them to do a lot of this. It's like I never saw.
But then you go work for the guy who's at the top of everything, makes all the decisions, and he still supports the guy that you left for in the first place.
Robert Kennedy begged for Triple H to come be a part of that fucking initiative of Make America Healthy Again.
Yeah.
He didn't actually want to do it. His wife just talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny when Stephanie tells the truth. Everyone's like, "Well, that can't possibly be true." I'm like, she has nothing.
Why wouldn't it be true? She walked away from a company she was supposed to own. Listen.
And who would not
I keep talking
believe that beautiful woman?
You know what? Fuck it. Let's just talk about it today. I always talk about MAGA's cult behavior. I'm sick of the sickles cult behavior. Mm-hmm. This is cult behavior.
Yep.
When you never criticize anything,
yep.
You're never honest about it. It's just like, dear leader, give me more to sip. You're in a cult.
It's like the girl that recently went viral for one of the most recent episodes of Financial Audit. And yes, I bring the show up a lot, but this actually went viral because she went on the show. And by the way, if you go watch the full 90 minutes, she never answered a single fucking question in 90 minutes. Let me just get this out. Again, not politics, but this is just live. Right. Folks, I hate to be that guy. Mondani is not actually socialist. We've already fucking proved that. Socialism, fascism, Nazism. They actually share more traits than capitalism does with any of them.
Correct.
Yep.
Capitalism, you cannot like it because you're not successful, but in the other ones, no one's successful because history says it's not.
Mondani
is a capitalist.
And
he's a brown capitalist.
And Bernie Sanders are democratic socialists. It's not the same thing.
No. Because, Jesse, all they want to do is use the money that is produced by capitalism to actually spend on the people earning the money. It's not that hard.
They want capitalism to work for the people.
And that's all it is.
It's all it is.
But it's not socialism.
No.
And, oh, by the way, again, socialism has never actually worked.
Really quick, have you guys ever seen the Last of Us show for HBO?
I know the video game, but I haven't watched
the show.
So
one of the funniest moments, I think it's season 1.
Yeah.
Or maybe season 2, when he finds his brother in the camp.
Yep.
And, because they're talking about how they deal with electricity and everything. And, of course, what's her name is Joel goes, kind of sounds like a communism community. And his brother goes, yeah, we're not a bunch of fucking commies. And then the woman he's married to, the wife goes, no, we are communists. Like, he didn't understand the fucking meaning this whole time.
You can sit there and be an internet buzzword person all you want, but somebody like Caleb Hammer and Jesse as well are going to look at you and be like, yeah, but you don't actually understand what you're doing. Because, by the way, folks, you look at these fucking places in Scandinavia, all those Scandinavian countries. They are capitalistic as fuck.
Very capitalistic.
Yeah.
They are capitalistic as hell. But to sit there and never actually acknowledge a point that someone with statistics is trying to tell you. I'm the guy who sits there and says, ticket sales are not up. Ratings are not up. Advertising is way down. And the people that own your ass are going to dump you like a hot steaming turd the second this merger shit goes away. Because you don't mean anything to them. Because let me explain one more fucking time. They don't pay $1 million a show to produce this. Why would they care about you? You're the fucking punter of an NFL team. But all of a sudden, Tom Brady has a question, but the owner's going to go, no, hang on, Tom. The punter's got to... That's not how fucking shit works. You want to tell me, ladies and gentlemen, that the Minnesota Timberwolves didn't tell Anthony Edwards that one of his best friends, Naz Reid, has to be in this trade for a player that arguably is going to make us better? They told him.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you want to know why it's not a cult thing? Because guess what? They were going to do what they were going to do. Whether Anthony said yes or no, they just informed him.
Right.
But guys, the point of the matter is that you guys are presented with opportunity, with information, with statistics. We could be better. We could do this. We could do that. Nope. Just nope. And you want to know why it's a no? Because Tony says no.
I've always said I think the best fandoms truly, the best fans, kind of fans, are ones that, yes, they deeply love something, but they're honest because of their love.
And this is why Minnesota fans suck. And I'll say it right here. You guys want to sit there. Look, do I think J.J. McCarthy's going to be the second coming of Tom Brady? I do not.
Man, sitting at that draft with you was hard, bro.
But let me be very clear about this. Kyler Murray, better or not, is a nut. Look, statistics and facts. Mm-hmm. He is just another guy in a long line of Minnesota gets too big for their fucking britches and says, all we need is a quarterback. So they go sign a guy, and he does nothing. The one guy that actually broke the streak
was Sam Darnold,
and you let him leave.
When everyone told you, like, hey, if you got Sam, don't sign a quarterback, get a veteran.
You have any idea how little Minnesota fans would have given a fuck if Sam Darnold would have come out, won that Super Bowl, and then left?
Right.
We wouldn't have cared. The monkey's off the back. That's why I tell all Minnesota fans, hold on. I'm going to say this on the internet so it's there forever. If LeBron James comes to Minnesota and wins a championship, all that LeBum and LeBrick and fucking flop shit, every Minnesota fan's going to be fickle as fuck and not give a shit.
Right.
Because the trophy's going to be in our hands.
Right.
Minnesota fans are fucking morons because they're like, well, Nas, you did that for 3 years and you got worse. Yeah. I'm sorry, but guess what? Are you getting rid of Rudy? No.
They somehow finish worse each.
Are you going to get rid of Rudy? No, because regardless of what fans think, that's what runs your defense.
Right.
Are you going to get rid of Jaden McDaniels? Fans are like, well, no, we need him. You're going to get rid of Anthony Edwards? Well, of course we're not. So you had one dude to get rid of. Sorry, it's Nas Reed.
And yes, it sucks that you guys couldn't get the deal done for Giannis. I thought maybe
Which
you guys...
is weird because we had better offers than the fucking Heat
you guys did. And
that was the weirdest shit I ever saw.
And you were going to probably offer him more money. But
yeah.
You just want to hang out on the beach or something. I don't know.
He didn't say no to the trade.
He didn't say no.
The Bucks
Milwaukee did.
Oh, Milwaukee?
Milwaukee. By the way, Milwaukee was like, well, we want players back. He didn't get anyone worth a damn.
They really didn't. They got like mid-round picks.
They got nobody.
Stupid.
Nas Reed alone is better than everyone the Heat gave up.
I think they were drinking too much beer.
When it comes to the sickos, and I'm getting on you guys. You're not that different from the over fanatics of Star Wars who just hate everything that wasn't the first 3 fucking movies. Like, dude, even the creator George says at some point you have to accept what I did and move on that other creators will add to this. Like, you just have to, right?
Well, Jesse, when they bought
I told people about Harry Potter, you don't have to like her politics. I hate it too.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I did not take what she talks about now from those stories.
No.
And no one ever did.
I get why it's hard for Allison, who's younger. She's in that different generation to understand that. But
which I've explained to you, wife. I'm like, what you have to try to do, my dear, is just understand. You don't have to like the author. You don't have to like the person who wrote it.
Jesse, what do you and I always talk about? It's still hard to listen to the project he was the head of. I'll still support the guys from Lost Prophets in all their future projects.
I love the first 2 albums.
Yeah, but Jesse, it's like, yeah, but here's the other thing. I can also look at a guy who wrote Rurouni Kenshin, the manga.
Right.
And yes, he did some Epstein-type
shit.
He did
some terrible
but
shit.
But you also have to understand that I am also not an idiot American who puts our values on everybody else. That was Japan. To them, it's not as harsh as it is here.
It's getting there now, though.
It's getting there, but
for the longest time, it wasn't.
Right? Yeah, but it's like, again, separate the art from the person. But that's the problem with the people in AEW Sicko Land. Tony is the art.
Yeah.
And the sad part about it is Tony's a great guy. He's a nice person.
He seems like a decent dude. He just can't book pro wrestling.
But the art, but the art's not great because he's a better person than Vince McMahon.
That's been, like I keep telling people. My whole problem when you come and argue with me about Tony, I'm like, you guys keep talking about his traits as a man, which I actually have no problem with, and probably his rebirth and his religion is helping him as a person, and that's beautiful. it's not making him a better booker.
Jesse.
Period.
How gracious and how charitable and how nice is Dak Prescott as a person?
I think Dak Prescott is probably one of the best people to actually play that position.
How is he as a quarterback?
Mid right now. Kind of. I mean, listen, the start of last year was so fucking good. They didn't have a defense. Now you got to hope he can actually play like that for 17 games.
But that's what I'm saying. Why have we gotten to a point? And unfortunately, it's thankfully the rest of the majority of the world is moving away from the social justice warriors, and like cancel culture for the most part is dead.
Yeah,
it's not even really that big of a problem anymore because at the end of the day, people grew up and they realized, oh yeah, we did take this too far. Maybe that person didn't need to get canceled.
Not everything was fuck this person, throw him away, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe this person should be punished, but you don't just throw people. Certain people you don't just throw away. You if you don't believe in second chances, I just don't believe you're human.
Right, yeah. But that's the thing, Jesse. Tony's had 7 years of chances.
I keep telling people, I'm like, it's just, you know what? I'll throw it out there. Because you guys are Minnesota fans. Mike Tice seemed like the most lovable fucking guy on the planet.
He was a good dude.
Yeah.
Mike Tice was a mediocre fucking football coach. If you guys didn't
best.
fire him,
At best.
you were going nowhere.
Yep, at best.
And I remember so many Viking fans hated that move. And for Brad, and Brad Childress wasn't great either. But I'm like, listen, I listen to the things he says. Mike Tice seems fucking lovable. But he is a mediocre ball coach. I'll say it like I've said it for years. Rex Ryan is one of the most entertaining motherfuckers on the planet.
Mediocre head coach.
Mediocre fucking head. Cost himself a possible Super Bowl run with getting involved in the offense when he fucking shouldn't have when we played Pittsburgh. Bad head coaching.
I'm going to say something that's kind of controversial, but we've been talking about it in our sports chat for a lot the last couple of weeks. Our GM here in Minnesota for the Wild is a very aggressive motherfucker. Guy traded 4 first-round picks for Quinn Hughes.
Yes, he did.
And even my buddy Tony, who's a huge hockey nut, was like, that's a bit much. Then he saw him play and was like, all right, yeah. His exact words were, even Wayne Gretzky got traded.
Right.
Guys, if the Minnesota Wild want to guarantee signing Quinn Hughes, and then they want to go after more talent and this and that, I'll give you a trade that I promise you would be signed off tomorrow. Hi, New Jersey Devils will take Jack and Luke Hughes. You get Kirill Kaprizov.
Yeah, they would probably do it.
And arguably, that would be better for the Wild because you would guarantee Quinn.
Right.
You'd already have Jack. And you'd have Luke. Luke's not great, but he's a brother. He has to come no matter what. But Jack Hughes gets you the center you need.
Right.
You get less money on the cap because Kirill costs a lot of money.
Correct.
But you get Quinn to guarantee he'll stay because the only reason why he's going to leave is because he wants to go play with his brothers.
Right.
But, that is Minnesota fans, much like the sickos. They hold on to the hometown grown boys, the this, the that. Guys, if we had traded Joe Mauer to the Yankees years ago and somehow gotten 2 World Series out of it because we finally had room to pay people, even the poll ads,
right?
I would have traded Joe Mauer in a heartbeat. I love Joe. He's a great guy. But in the end, what did Joe Mauer give us? Nothing.
All I'm going to say is I got called a lot of nasty things in 2011 for saying that. I'm like, you guys should probably do it now while a team like the Twins, Mets, and the Angels are interested because maybe they can get one more great year of baseball out of him. He's our guy! Oh, okay. The Minnesota
the Minnesota fan base, I hate
he end up having to retire too early because of injuries.
Yep. I hate talking to them because they're like, we can't give up our guy. Guys, Naz Reid for 3 years didn't make an impact. He won 6th Man of the Year. He was an emotional favorite. But what's the hardware that we have to show for it? Nothing.
Jalen Brunson started his career coming off the bench in Dallas.
He did.
After 2 years, he became a pretty good vocal second-tier player.
Yep.
When we got him, and this story has now been told since the Knicks won.
Yep.
Yes, Knicks fans were like, man, a lot of money for a guy who was never really a number one,
and was only 6'2".
But got better and better and better and better. We gave him the second contract. And when he was the one who decided, give it to me, mostly bonuses because I want to win here.
Yeah.
And we got some of the players. I still remember we got Cat. And I'm like, what was the real trade-off, though? Julius Randle, to me, was a more consistent player besides the playoffs.
Yeah.
Cat found new life. And, my God, we won a chip.
And by the way, folks, that trade, you can say it worked out for both teams because Minnesota technically did get good after the trade.
Yeah.
The problem is the Knicks just did more after the Cat trade to add players, to do this, to that. So, like, again.
Josh Hart, a guy people were ready to give up on.
Back to the sickos. You guys would rather hold on to the Orange Cassidys of the world, to the Kenny Omegas of the world. What if Kenny Omega leaving creates a whole new main event scene?
By the way, it could if they had the right booker.
But the booker, unfortunately for all the sickos out there, Jesse, he's too loyal to his guys. He's not looking at the big picture. Jesse, I have a question for you. What does... And I want an honest answer out of you, no jokes.
Sure.
Can you even conceive of a concept of AEW after the Elite?
Right now with Tony Khan, no.
Take it.
Seriously, if without the Elite MJF, maybe he leans on Swerve heavily. But then you're talking about, like, they have, once again, he's just running off of one fucking guy again. This is how he books. And until he changes, which he won't as a booker, or, listen, I keep saying, like, you can own it and still be the pin, but, like, delegate? It is what it's going to be, man.
Let me list the amount of people that are responsible for what I still think has nothing but a fucking 6 mile head start of match of the year. And this is in order, whether fans like it or not. Triple H, Mark Calloway, Jeremy Borash, Pete Dunne, Rey Mysterio, because it's fucking Lucha. Rey Mysterio Corey Graves, JBL to a point, and then the wrestlers of El Grande Americano and El Grande Americano OG. Jesse, all those people were involved in that match in some way.
I keep telling people in WWE, people are like, there's too many, I heard one sicko post, the reason WWE sucks to me is there's too many coaches. I'm like, no, that's why it's better than AEW. Because there's so much structure. You can still work with the wrestlers wanting to do their thing, but now you have veterans in place who have been through this for years who can work with you.
Pete Dunne is a world-class talent and an amazing person.
Right.
You think he sat there and laid out bout for bout, blow for blow what those two were going to do?
To quote Jay-Z, had Rick Rubin not been like, sit down, I listened to the blueprint, I liked it, but it should have been better. And he could not fucking believe a producer, because this man had won
Rick
awards
Rubin
already.
Made Johnny Cash relevant in his 70s.
Correct.
His 70s.
So when he heard that from Rick Rubin, he was just like, well, let me shut the fuck up and let's hear what you got to say,
Jesse,
sir.
Rick Rubin is arguably, and by the way, I love everything Rick's ever done.
He might be one of the greatest producers of all time.
But he's also the world's greatest con man.
Yeah, in a way.
Because Jesse, all he's ever done is look at artists and go, just be you. Dude, Eminem listened to Rick Rubin. What the fuck does that tell you?
People see it. Like I told people, it would have been like, as when I was doing the music shit, had I ever gotten a chance where, like, seriously, I mean this. Not even Ozzy. If Corey Taylor would have came up, like, us playing at one of the smaller stages at Ozfest, and be like, man, I got some thoughts. I'm grabbing a pen. I'm grabbing some paper. Sir, talk. Criticism, all of it. Talk. I want to get better. Please.
You don't think the boys in Then Dead aren't looking at their dads for questions after shows?
I'm sure they talk to them all the time.
It's Clown and Corey. How the fuck can they not help you?
Dad, got some thoughts. Spill. I'll help you out. Like, why these guys have been so successful, why wouldn't you talk to them? But that's the problem in AEW.
And by the way, they'd both be rich if there weren't 7 other dudes in the band.
That's the problem in AEW. By the way, I'm like, Jerry Lynn is there.
Dean Malenko.
These guys should be the head of your coaching staff, of your producer staff.
Arn Anderson was there.
Like, and helping these guys. And then I always go back to, before we move on, I always go back to the fact they all got pissed at JR for telling them they need to work camera better. What a fucking.
It wasn't even that.
show.
JR told them to at least tag. Stop burying the fucking referee.
Well, yeah, it's if AEW, as I heard you guys.
By the way, good luck to JR. Apparently,
he's doing all right.
Well, he had to have a surgery. And I'm gonna let you talk.
Yeah.
I can't. What was it? Was it his fucking brain now?
I think he's healthy now.
Possibly. But he just did another surgery or something.
He just had a bout with surgery.
Yeah. Go ahead, though.
Well, I'm just saying, if as I heard you guys say, what does AEW have? They don't have the Elite.
Well, he was asking like, what is it without the Elite?
When they're got nothing.
Like I said, it could be Swerve, but
Jesse, he's just having the same surgery that I had after my cancer surgery.
Oh, okay.
So the tube I got in my neck here, it's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
But you look.
It's actually a pretty minor procedure.
You look at AEW. Who do they have besides them after that?
A lot, but the guy we're talking about, Tony, ain't gonna do shit with them.
But there you go.
Trump actually has some actual smart people around him, but he has to be the guy in charge, and he's a fucking moron.
Last time he had more smarter people. There were. Thank God there were all the adults in the room last time. Well, he tried to fire a lot of them, except for a couple of the generals and Robert Mueller, which he couldn't do.
But what's funny is, Jesse, the one thing that he traded on the most in this election, the smart people, which is weird because he appointed like 3 of them, they all told him no.
One left.
Smart.
One left.
But
no, I'm talking about the Supreme Court told him no.
Oh, yeah, no, I know.
They were like, yeah, we know you gave us jobs, but here's the unfortunate part.
A lot of the judges recently he appointed said no.
Well, yeah, because, Jesse, the unfortunate part about it is that he's literally trying to circumvent the Constitution.
And they're like, dude, yeah, no, we don't do that.
You can't actually do that.
Like, if you just wanted to, hide away another sexual assault, we could work with that.
Yeah.
You try to start possibly Civil War #2. No, we can't allow that, buddy.
If you want to deport a bunch of people, we don't care because we have no morals. But we can't have you take away birthright citizenship.
The moment you start, spitting on the Constitution, we're gonna have some real issues. You two go ahead for a second. I got to.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. But saying every complains about WWE. It's like if the big stars go away, Brock is leaving.
Yeah. Roman's got about a year.
Do we have a replacement for Brock?
Oba.
Yeah, the guy he's wrestling.
Yeah.
Brock is going to be. Yeah. Brock's gone. Roman's going to be gone. Seth is going to be gone.
Yep.
All these big names are going to be gone. Are they going to have replacements? Yes. Let's see. Braun Breaker.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a lot of guys.
Austin Theory's going to be a main event player at some point.
Javon Evans.
Yep.
I mean, as a friend of mine, she was a big fan of Kofi.
Yep.
Because she liked the way his kind of high fire move and stuff like that.
Yeah, sure.
I told her, I said, hey, check out this guy, Javon Evans.
Yeah.
I said, you liked how Kofi was, and he was tall and slender. She liked him for that.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Javon, not too different.
Not too different at all.
And he's damn good. It's just like Ethan Page having coming up. LA Knight, he's not going to be around long, but he's another one that's there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ethan Page, people don't realize, is going to be a fucking star for these guys at some point.
Oh, I know.
Ethan Page has everything you want out of
He kind of is now.
Yeah.
And all the haters of Dominic Mysterio.
There aren't many of those left anymore.
I know there isn't anymore, but
because like Jesse said, this motherfucker came out of left field and was all of a sudden a main eventer in 2 countries.
He's special.
It's incredible of how talented he has, what he has got from his father.
And by the way, folks,
definitely, totally.
I'm just gonna say this as we move over to WWE
because, like I said before, AEW has all the talent to continue after the old guys go, but it just depends on the guy running it.
Yeah, but no, and guys, okay. First and foremost, before we get to WWE, I hate
Thank God, Shawn
Michaels. I hate having to do this, but let me be very clear. The internet is weird, it's creepy, it's dumb, and I don't mind calling it out, guys.
We talking about a certain guy or just
hold on?
Yes,
guys. Holy shit! Holy crap! Maxine Dupree is kissing a guy on a fucking television show, but she's married in real life. This is terrible. Okay, hold on. Before Jesse goes, Jesse, come back to me for a second. I need you to get my point. Guys, I am not mad because WWE is doing a romantic storyline between somebody who's married in real life. I'm mad because it's on
the
same.
guy who has a fucking fiance.
Right. I am mad because it's on the same show as the Judgment Day. If they were on SmackDown, it wouldn't be as annoying to me.
That's funny.
But I am
That's
not
funny.
mad about the fact
That's
that
funny.
a person who is in an entertainment business is doing their job in an entertainment business.
They're acting.
Yeah, don't people.
What the fuck do you think happens during a sex scene in a movie? What the fuck do you people think is happening?
Or in a TV show? They're all acting.
Can I throw this out to people?
Please.
Hate to tell people this.
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero
Yeah.
and China never actually dated.
Not a day in their life.
That might shock some people.
Yeah, I know. It's really shocking.
They were really good friends who pulled off a beautiful storyline together.
Hey, Jesse, Undertaker and Kane aren't actually brothers.
They're not actually brothers. They're
Oh my God!
They're just two dudes over 6'6" that are white.
Basically.
You know what's crazy? Here's the other one that's crazy to me, right? Triple H and Shawn Michaels actually both went to prep school. The second thing came much, much later in life.
Yeah.
They didn't just grow up trash.
Yeah, no.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Here's the other one. You know what's kind of funny to me? Stone Cold Steve Austin, by the time he was Stone Cold Steve Austin, was not actually a broke redneck. Holy shit. Holy shit, guys.
By the way, to you sickos, I'll say it. Yeah.
The Undertaker wasn't dead.
Yeah. By the way, guys.
How about here's a fun one? Harlem Heat. They weren't from there. They were from Texas.
They were from Texas.
Yeah,
and they were really brothers.
Yeah, but guys.
Loves Bray Wyatt. God rest his soul.
Yes.
He was not actually half a demon.
Right. Guys, by the way,
Yeah.
Christy Hemme used it as a line in a storyline. Yeah, Trish Stratus didn't actually sleep with half the locker room. She was married the whole time to a guy who never really cared about any of this.
Besides a
And
real
we all
life
believed
thing with Edge and Matt Hardy,
Yeah.
Lita actually never dated any other wrestler. So, oh my God, that's a shock to people. She was not actually in a relationship with Essa Rios.
I also always find it funny how Edge pretty much called out the entire IWC during the interview with Chris Van Vliet. Like, yeah, no, shortly after that storyline, we were all back to being cool.
You know, it's amazing. It's amazing what money and your boss saying, make this work, or you're fired.
Well,
like it's amazing.
They were adults. They had a conversation.
Correct.
Jesse,
and they moved on.
Jesse, oh no, Kathy Kelly put something out on the internet. Kevin Owens probably went to his wife and smoothed it all out.
Really quick, I hate to spoil this for people. I've gotten to talk to them, guys. Danhausen is not actually a vampire from like the 1820s. I'm sorry. He has a wife and kid. I know I just spoiled that for you guys.
Well,
but that's who he is.
I knew a guy back then that looked kind of like him, but hey, that's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, you know, here's the other one. Fucking, it just blew my mind.
Yeah.
Damian Priest is not Damian Priest. He's a Mexican nigger from New York. I know that's hard for people to believe nowadays.
I love how you put that.
I get that's very difficult.
He is Puerto Rican, though.
Oh, Tatum Paxley.
Hell yeah.
Not actually sleeping with Shiloh Hill. Tatum Paxley is engaged.
Io Sky never actually broke up with Evil because she had to move to the United
They
States.
actually got married. They just took some photos together,
Yeah,
which were very beautiful.
And Shiloh still one
Hey,
of my
guys.
favorite guys.
Hey,
in
guys.
NXT.
Actually, I'm going to throw one in there that is real. Oscar can kick all your asses. You know.
Oscar never dated me. What I'm getting at is pro wrestling
She could
is
kick me.
scripted.
I would take it.
Okay?
She'd kick my ass.
Sometimes they are acting. They are actors.
Also, by the way, guys, you want to know the part that literally makes you all seem weird and creepy? It's weird. Rhea Ripley was in a very heated relationship with Dominic Mysterio, and Buddy Murphy just saw the bank account and said, okay, cool. Buddy Murphy never gave a flying fuck.
On TV, Rey Mysterio and Liv Morgan are very sexy together.
Dominic Mysterio.
Dominic Mysterio. Did you guys know that Dominic is actually married and she's now dating a former model? That's weird.
Did you know that actually Dominic Mysterio's real life
He's been with her since high school.
Well, not only that, but
yeah,
Jesse,
they're high school sweethearts.
did anyone know that she was the one who has encouraged him every step of the way to keep fucking doing this? Has anyone else thought that through?
By the way,
she's a very supportive spouse.
I hate to spoil this for people as well.
Yes, Jesse.
Johnny Gargano isn't actually a plank. Holy shit!
Oh my God,
he's not actually he's a real life living person.
I will
who's a
say this.
father.
I will say this though: the fact that they actually got him on 2 tables for photo ops is the greatest marketing decision of all time.
It is great.
That was the funniest fucking thing ever.
Oh, here's the other one. Triple H.
Yeah.
Triple H actually wasn't out fucking bitches in Evolution. He was married.
He's been married for quite a while.
And CM Punk's real name is Phil.
Yeah, holy shit.
Pepsi Phil.
Roman Reigns' real name is Joe.
Which by the way, he actually said on the show.
Seth Rollins'
Joe.
real name is Colby. What a fucking liar. How dare he?
Yeah.
How dare he? And he's a father now. Holy shit.
And he lives just not that far away from us.
He lives a whole state south. It's crazy. What an asshole.
How unfortunate for him that he has to be in Iowa.
I know.
I know.
It must be nice to not be around fans at all.
Yeah, right? But, Jesse, what we're getting at is, before we move on...
I see why Brock went to Canada.
Yeah, right?
Like, I don't want to be by you motherfuckers either.
He bought a farm where the fucking gate's 20 miles from his house. He's sure of that.
He's not worried about he just don't like people.
I'm with
Not
Brock
even
on that.
fans. No, you just don't
I
like people.
fucking hate people.
Hey, guys, funny story. Abyss isn't actually a psychopath burned. He's actually the nicest motherfucker on the planet.
And James Mitchell can't actually take you to hell.
But he can do fake cocaine on
But
an
he
NWA
can't do
pay-per-view.
fake cocaine on
yeah,
taping.
Because he's an actor.
But Jesse...
When I saw people talking about this, I went, okay, so as a fan base, who do we finally just kick out of the fan base?
I don't know, dude.
Because at some point as fans, we have to police ourselves and go, you guys can get the fuck out.
Guys,
What are we doing?
Hey, guys, I know this seems really odd. The dude on Saturday Night Live is actually married to Scarlett Johansson despite all the romantic roles that she once played.
Yeah, no, that's her actual husband. That's his actual wife. They have a kid together.
Yeah, no, they have a life together, but they understand that, hey, she unfortunately is one of the best-looking people on the planet, so guess what? Certain roles are going to come her way, and you know what? Yes, she's at a point now where she can say no, but at some point the money was kind of hard to say no to.
And you know what I got to ask? How the hell did a schmuck like that get hurt?
Hey,
Being
Leroy.
himself.
Well,
Hey,
he says the
Leroy,
same thing
Leroy,
too.
Being himself, yeah.
Leroy, let me tell you as a fellow schmuck.
As a
we
schmuck?
don't ask these questions.
I know, you just go,
We don't
yes.
ask the questions.
He's like, I don't know.
They stuck around after the first hello, and for some reason it's 10 years later for me. Anyway.
Sometimes, just be like I tell guys. Sometimes being yourself around the right person goes a long way.
Yeah,
That's all.
It's weird how that works.
It's just you never know when it happens. But yes, the whole they're both lying to their partners. Get the fuck out of here. Like we have to have this conversation in 2026. It's not even 1970 where maybe the veil hadn't been exposed.
Yeah.
This is 2026. Nigga, they always post their personal lives on fucking social media. What?
Dude.
Yeah.
The fact that it's
all right there.
The fact that it's even
At my
a
fingertips.
fucking topic. Guys, your lives are pathetic and lonely. We get it. Go to Reddit, but stay off the rest of social media, please.
I hate to ruin this for people.
Oh, Jesse, now what?
Hugh Jackman does not actually have claws. Holy shit. He's playing a character.
And Jennifer Lawrence isn't blue when she's home.
No.
Do these people
She's
need to
blue
go
when
out
I'm
of
thinking about her.
Yeah,
But,
well,
but
more people need to go out of their mother's basement, okay?
Robert Downey Jr. does not actually have things that will attach to him
and make him into a superhero.
and make him into a superhero.
He is getting paid superhero money.
Yes.
Now, Chris, really quick, the last one. Captain America is played by an actor who got big, but he cannot actually run at fucking 40 miles per hour.
Yeah, no, it's not a thing.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Now I've ruined everything for you
Yeah,
guys.
well, you know.
You're just the voice of reason.
Jesse, at least you weren't one of those weird people that were going to tell people that Santa Claus is fake. That's just weird.
I will one day, but
well,
it won't be today because I don't. You see, I don't like to ruin the lives of children.
Yeah, well, you know.
But the lives of adults, I'll happily do. Fuck them.
Makes sense. Oh, by the way, hold on. Wait. You
don't
know
tell
what?
my daughter that.
You know what? I feel bad. We always want to give the best to our audience. We forgot the most important thing, Jesse. I know this is going to shock a lot of people.
Uh-oh.
And I feel bad that it's going to shock so many people, but it has to be done.
Okay.
Whether you're left or right, Donald Trump doesn't give a fuck about anybody but himself. I'm sorry I had to ruin that.
Man.
I forgot the most. He doesn't actually fucking care about anyone but himself.
I was not ready to hear that shit.
Yeah,
sir.
I know.
Oh,
Jesse,
man.
I bet you thought that he actually gave a fuck
I
about
thought he
someone.
actually gave a fuck about them.
I thought he loved his wife and kid.
I mean, I've never heard about him cheating or anything like that.
He never did that.
That's crazy.
He's a Christian.
It's preposterous. I'm the greatest ever.
He reads the Bible all the time.
And then
his Bible.
Hold on, pause. Hold on, Leroy. Let me get
What?
the joke out. Let me get the joke out.
What's that?
And then before he closes the Bible at night, he pulls the Penthouse magazine out from in between the sheets. Anyway.
That was not there. Somebody put that there.
Did you guys see?
No idea what that was.
Did you guys see the first 2 episodes for Dark Side of the Ring yet?
So
back from the mic a little.
Oh, my bad.
So Jesse, I was going to get to that after. I was actually holding on to that. I'll get to that after we finish up with WWE.
Okay.
But no, Leroy wanted to bring this up. So Leroy, we're going to give you the first word here. It took 9 days, but they took it off of Sami Zayn. What do you think?
Well, I don't mind. A lot of people are pissed because he should have went longer and everything like that.
Yeah.
But
the same people that hated when it happened? Okay.
Yeah, I know. But it's like...
No one's consistent anymore.
Yeah, I know. But it's like, hey, it's okay. Will he get the title again? Yeah, there's a good chance.
Absolutely.
But they already had pre-planned when CM Punk was coming back.
Right.
They were in Chicago. Things worked for whatever reason story-wise, and he coming in. That doesn't mean that Sammy can't get into that picture again. He has a big gripe.
Right.
A big gripe that a lot of people have had before. They could make it a triple threat at SummerSlam if they wanted to. I don't think they will.
They won't.
I'd
It's
also
just
like
be that.
Before we get back to the actual story, what we think are going to happen, I'd also like to kill something here. Yeah, we had problems with him because of just the hypocriticalness of a lot of things he said. But once again, John Cena did it. Rock did it. A lot of people did it. They grow up. They realize things they say in the moment, not the best. John realized that Dwayne took an opportunity that now John's doing, and it is what it is. John's getting more gigs now, but that's Dwayne's fault. But anyway, no. CM Punk came back and won the belt, even though years ago he got pissed at part-timers. Quick question, Jesse. Is Kenny Omega a part-time wrestler in AEW?
He very much so is.
No. Is he a part-time wrestler to the fans?
Probably not to them, but he is.
Okay, so Jesse, you're telling me that Kenny Omega, who I can actually count on my toes and my hands, the amount of times Kenny Omega has actually wrestled in All Elite Wrestling.
Right.
Because it's been so few times. So he's not a part-timer. But Phil takes literally 6 weeks off to go be with his wife after WrestleMania. And the whole world decides that Punk is now a part-timer? There's guys in AEW you haven't seen in 3 years.
Regardless if he was a part-timer or not, WWE set this up. So...
Yeah. And by the way, folks, as Jesse pointed out when he and I hung out the other day, Kane's first reign was a day. The next one was like 7 months.
It was like 7 months.
Yeah.
So, like, here's the thing, man. He got to destroy Rey Mysterio. And, like, he got to destroy, like, some Hall of Fame talent.
Yeah.
Let me be clear.
Sammy was never going to hold it long. We all knew that.
The first reign, especially the way that match was set up, you were like, if he wins it, there's no way he has it that long.
Well, not to mention that, Jesse, let's look at SmackDown. Let's look at Raw.
Sure.
He was cocky. He was arrogant. He was literally like, he called himself the greatest WWE champion of all time on fucking Raw.
Right.
Like, Jesse, everything was set up perfectly for him to lose.
Right.
And also, to the WWE audience, who once again has been asking for this, if this gets us to Homelander Cody, which we're not ready for, by the way, because they're just going to give him a microphone and say, go for it, Homelander Cody is unhinged.
You guys have never seen Ring of Honor, clearly, in New Japan.
Things Jesse says people are not ready for. Bulldog AJ and Homelander Cody.
Y'all ain't ready for heel Cody, bro. Heel Cody's a menace. That man said, "Yeah, I remember what Orton did in 2009. Let me top that."
Jesse, here's the other thing. All credit to Sami Zayn. We love him. Jesse, he also knows he's not a Roman Reigns.
Well, no, but here's the thing. Like,
he's not. Jesse, okay. Look,
my question to people is, weren't you all just sick of year-long title reigns because Cody and fucking Roman had those titles or Seth and Roman had those titles for so long?
Yeah.
And now you're getting shorter reigns and you're bitching about them?
Jesse, do people forget Stone Cold Steve Austin was a 3-year run?
Yeah.
That was it.
I tell people all the time, The Rock was actually only at a peak for 5.5 years.
True main event level talent, Jesse.
Right.
It's not a wide range of people.
Right.
Less than 1% of the people who have ever been in this business have won an actual recognized, I believe by the PWI, world title.
Right.
Mm-hmm. We've said it before. The Blade Runners both became world champions in different companies.
Right.
One was more marketable. That was Warrior.
Right.
One listened better and worked with main event talent. I've actually told people before, and people are going to find this really fucking strange. I don't have Sting in my top 50 all-time talents. The character, top 10 all-time. Like, not taking that away. But Steve Broden, he wasn't an elevator. He worked with top talent.
Right.
He worked with guys. Jesse, even in TNA, he never worked with the up-and-coming guys very often.
I was going to say Jeff was already established. Matt was established.
Jeff was established, obviously.
Samoa Joe was established. Yeah.
The guys that Sting wrestled were guys that he could follow and or be on an equal footing with. Now, Jeff obviously had the issue the one night. That's been talked about verbatim. Jeff's apologized. And I think AJ meant what he said in the locker room.
By the way, all those years ago, he would have been on the money. I think he has said him and Jeff are cool now.
Well, AJ's also got 4 kids who are old enough now.
He's like, it was a man who was just
struggling.
He might have said what I usually say. It was a man who was failing but didn't know how to fix his failure.
Exactly. But anyway,
I say that match was awesome.
Which match?
CM Punk.
Sami Zayn, yeah.
I mean, I can look back at
Jim Cornette went off about this match. He loved it.
It was really good.
He loved every second of it.
It was really good.
I'll give you some matches at WWE Championship reigns that happened.
We've all seen the thing. It's been shared 1,000 times. Yeah, no.
Okay, all right.
We're good. Because everyone saw that photo. It had like 17,000 likes. But anyway, no.
Sorry. I'll ignore that. I'm trying to grab something up.
But it's just, Jesse, Leroy, we all knew Sammy wasn't going to hold it. We were in Chicago. There is nothing in wrestling that exists anymore like Punk in Chicago. That's just been proven through multiple companies. Let's just do it. Let's get out of it. And Jesse, like you said, Sammy will find his way back.
Here's the thing. I literally keep telling people, like, the first run was going to be a bit transitional.
Yeah.
I'm like, it was almost set up that way.
You know, Jesse, I think what people don't realize because they think they love Japanese wrestling. Jesse, the Japanese wrestling scene is probably more protective of the heavyweight scene, and especially the main event heavyweight scene, than America.
Insanely so.
Okada won like 7 belts in like how many years?
Insanely protected.
Well, I think they were also looking for CM Punk to go to SmackDown.
Well, yeah. But
this gives a very
easy
seamless and interesting transition.
Helps.
Yeah.
But Jesse, let's talk about this for a second. How long are we into the show here? Because I got one topic.
2.5 hours.
Okay, perfect. Jesse, let's talk about this for a second. Everyone talks about it, and I know it bugs you every time I bring it up on the show, but like, unfortunately, we have to. They think they know Japanese wrestling. They've all watched the tapes.
You guys are all idiots. I'm leaving. No, go ahead.
Jesse, Tony Khan is doing a better version of Japanese wrestling. That's the story that's been told to me.
That's the lie they've been telling.
But Jesse,
right.
Talking to a guy who has watched for literal decades,
20-some years.
Jesse, they have less main event talent than WWE.
Right now,
at one point, it was Okada, Tanahashi.
Oh, it was filled with main eventers, especially in the 20-teens.
But Jesse, only like 5 or 6 guys were actually capable of winning the belt.
Like right now, it's Callum. It's
your boy Suji.
It's Suji who got the title for a second time.
Yeah.
It's my other guy.
Shoto? Not Shoto.
Not Shota. He used to be in the same faction with Evil. Used to be his tag team partner.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And then Will Ospreay. So like, and then the other white boy. Actually, sorry, David Finley's gone. So here's the thing: it's there's not a lot right now. They have started using some of the the underweights in the scene, which is new for them.
But what I'm getting at, Jesse, is that.
But I'm saying this to add to the fact that right now, that scene is very like it's in a weird place.
But Jesse, it's just less than 1% of anyone that's ever been in wrestling have won real recognized world championships. I'm not diminishing indie companies, but everyone knows who I'm talking about.
Right.
AEW, WWE, TNA to a level because
so let's push AEW to the side. So the ones
NWA, AWA, WCW, ECW.
The ones that PWI recognize: WWF/WWE, New Japan, All Japan. They do recognize All Japan because it's probably the second biggest company over there.
That's the GHC heavyweight title.
Something like that. Yeah. They do count the WCW title, though it's defunct now.
Mega Championship.
The Mega Championship, and then what the fuck is the one in CMLL?
Oh, shit, yeah.
Those are the 6, though, I think is the big ones that they recognize.
Is the TNA World Heavyweight title recognized again?
They recognize it now.
Yeah. It wasn't recognized
because for like 5 years, the company didn't really have a fucking direction.
And that was actually after they lost their deal with NWA.
Correct.
And actually, NWA is still recognized.
Yeah, it's still recognized, yeah.
But, Jesse, it's like...
It's the old... I think they say, besides CMLL, it's the oldest living world championship.
But that's the thing. Despite these titles,
it's still beautiful.
All of which don't even predate Leroy's shoes. You've had those shoes for a while.
My feet or my shoes?
Your shoes. You don't change shoes very often.
Yeah, well, sometimes, yes.
Okay.
You're getting older. You should probably make sure you have fresh shoes. I know.
I do. I did. I bought some new shoes for my new job, and my feet
I was going to say
really
because I mean, you guys do have to move around, but you guys do get to sit a little more at that company. That is something I do know. But after all the years, you know the beating you took to your back standing up all the fucking time, it's not a bad idea.
No, I do get some new shoes.
It is.
By the way, I know you're only 31. Same for you, sir.
I'm 34.
Shut the fuck up, Zach. No, you're not.
Yeah, I'm 34, bro. I wish I was still 31.
You're 34?
I'm 34, bro.
Oh, God, I'm old.
I don't know why making me younger makes you feel older, but okay.
Well, because, I always thought you were, 6 years my junior.
No.
Oh, man.
But no, Jesse, actually...
y'all are my juniors.
Well, actually, Jesse, the current...
The only one that's not your junior is Jesus Christ.
No.
Adam and Eve.
He's still my junior. We got God. Me and God are right there. Jesse is on the floor laughing.
Jesse is actually rolling on the floor laughing.
I wish we had this on camera because it would be good.
Oh, my God.
As you know, I think we do have to get a shirt. I have to maybe.
We do.
That says Leroy is this year's old.
No, I think
with a mathematical
Jesse,
equation.
We're not going to go down that rabbit hole. It's going to say Leroy is insert number here years old.
Oh, shit.
But no, Jesse, actually the current CMLL world title was established in 91.
Okay.
Which was the independence from NWA.
Oh, right.
But no, basically, here's my thing. 'Cause, 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 'cause so few people win it.
Right.
And unfortunately, the fans have gotten to a point, and actually Triple H kind of started this when he created NXT and made new stars. Not everyone can play hot potato with the title. Because it diminishes the title.
Correct.
What was the year you always talk about during the Attitude Era? It changed hands like 7 times.
It's like 98, 99.
Yeah, it was like 7 different champions.
It's like 7 to 8 different champions.
And it didn't matter.
No.
So
like
guess
between like 4 or 5 guys. Like, Vince, what the fuck are you doing?
You know who's not mad about it? Sami fucking Zayn.
Right.
Because he didn't think he'd make it there in the fucking first place.
And by the way, like I told people, you know who's going to be more happy about it post all of it is Sami Zayn. Because I'm sure Triple H already said the next one's going to be longer.
Well, not only that, but Jesse, Sami Zayn gets to look at everyone who said you're going to be nothing more than an indie guy and be like, I don't have the world heavyweight title. I have the WWE Undisputed
Which has
Championship.
like, what is it, 80-something years of history to it?
There's only been like 60 guys
Yeah.
who've held the thing.
There's like 80-something years of history to the WWE.
And Sami Zayn is like, okay. Again,
actually, when did his grandfather start that company? Can you look that up? WWF.
Well, the original champion would have been Bruno, wasn't it?
I don't think so. He was the first WWF champion. Because remember, they were a different company even before that.
The WWE Championship was established. Give me a fucking. Okay, so the WWF
1963.
Oh, okay. So what? 63
to 71. Then it was just called the WWF Championship from 71
Fuck,
to 79.
why am I struggling with this math? So it's been 60-something years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About 83 years.
Oh, that's what I said before. Yeah.
Yeah, and then in 79 they just went to WWF.
Correct.
So yes.
And then lost in another lawsuit to the Wildlife World Fund.
The very first champion.
So they had to get the
no,
F out.
No. I apologize. The first champion was Buddy Rogers.
Yep.
Then it went Bruno, Ivan Koloff, Pedro Morales. Yep.
Like I said, I knew Bruno wasn't the first.
Yeah.
He's just the longest for a while. Yeah.
But anyway, but it's just Jesse. Sami Zayn has also been in WWE long enough, to know that the real point of wrestling, whether Jim Cornette likes the WWE brand now versus the old NWA stuff, AWA stuff.
Right.
Jesse, the point of it is not to rack up title wins.
Right.
It's to be memorable. It's to make money. And Sami Zayn gets to say something that 99.99% of wrestlers will never be able to say. Jesse, the majority of the Hall of Famers don't have what Sami Zayn has had.
The prestigious career he's actually had even before winning this title
was better than most Hall of Famers.
Most of the Hall of Famers didn't have those titles.
I just want to point something out to people, whether you listen to our show and you know wrestling history or you're a casual. Rowdy Roddy Piper never won the WWE World title.
He did not.
It never happened.
He did not.
Because you know something? He wasn't the guy. Scott Hall has never won a recognized world title. May he rest in peace. But look at the guys that were wrestling when Scott Hall was there. Hogan, Nash, Michaels.
He wasn't WWF champion, was he?
Nope. Because Michaels, because Hogan.
And then he didn't win in WCW either.
Nope. Because Nash.
Scott Hall.
Scott Hall does not have a recognized world title.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely my brain always thought he did.
Because Jim was asked about it one time on the Jim Cornette Corny drive-thru, and he said, look at the guys who were at the top when you're there.
Right.
Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, all the other guys in the WCW title thing. It's like, sorry, but as great as they are, the character wins every time.
I've always said, too, the best thing that probably did happen to Triple H was the fact that
Shawn Michaels went home.
2 of them went away, and then Shawn went home because I don't know if he would have ever gotten the shot.
I don't know if Rock gets the shot.
Right.
That's the thing.
Now, I think Shawn has always said, though, it's not when he originally left, there were talks about finally him going against Rock.
But
it just didn't happen.
But here's my question, Jesse. Does Rock beat him? Does Vince pull that trigger?
The first time, probably not.
But again, is there a second time with Rock? You never know.
You never know.
Nothing against Shawn, but a lot of times when you don't beat Goliath, you don't get a second shot at being David.
Because the one thing,
unless you're Leroy and you're just Leroy and David and Goliath were there.
Well, the one guy he always relied on the most. That was pretty good. The one guy he relied on.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
The one guy he relied on the most when Shawn was gone was Taker.
Yeah.
So like if he was like, if I need a safe bet,
yeah,
I just put it on Taker.
Yeah. But anyway, we will get down to the nitty-gritty of the final topic.
Scott has had a couple heavyweight championship, but they were just in smaller promotions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But none in the big nationally run.
Yeah. No. Because, again, you can't you can justify...
The curse of working with your friends.
Well, no, but Jesse, can you justify Scott Hall as an all-time worker winning a world title? Yes. Can you justify Scott Hall winning a world title when Hulk Hogan is involved, when Shawn Michaels is involved?
I was about to say, if you ask me about Shawn, maybe not. Hulk Hogan, yes.
But I'm talking about the character of Hulk Hogan. What Hulk Hogan
yes.
Well, yeah, I understand you will never.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. 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 May he rest in peace.
No, I know you're fine.
He was important to pro wrestling.
I agree.
I wish you all would have moved on from him fucking 30 years ago. I really do.
That's fair. But anyway, okay, so we move on to this. So Jesse, I'm going to ask you, because I have watched the first two.
Sure.
And I'm going to watch them again because
so good.
Wow, they're good. First of all, I want Jesse to reach out to the guys.
By the way, Jeff Jarrett's so fucking vindicated.
Oh yeah. But Jesse, I want you to reach out to the guys. I know they do a lot with Jim and Brian, but I want you to talk to the guys at Dark Side of the Ring.
Okay.
I'd like to talk to them because they do a wonderful job.
Yeah.
They do a great job.
By the way, they tried to give her a chance to come on the show and defend herself, Dixie Carter.
Yep.
And she said no.
Because she knows she fucked up.
So where are they playing?
Vice.
On Vice?
Vice TV. The first full episode is on YouTube. First full episode's on YouTube.
So the first two episodes are on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
They uploaded both of them
where do they put on Vice TV anyways?
So it's usually cable?
Yeah.
Or
cable.
I know you have Tubi. I would have to look to see
Leroy.
if Tubi has
has
it.
Leroy.
Okay.
You're sitting here bragging about our wonderful sponsor, NordVPN, and you're just going to pretend like you're not going to be able to find it somewhere on the internet?
Well,
Jesse and I have never paid for an AEW pay-per-view, but we've seen them.
I know. I'm going to be going home.
To be fair,
I'm going to
Jesse,
go home and do that today.
To be fair, Jesse, I don't like Kazakhstan in the summer.
To be honest.
But you go there so much.
To be honest.
I'm going to not go there.
Traveling to Siberia in the winter to watch a show, it does not feel good.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to pay $60.
I get it.
You know.
But anyway, Jesse, in all seriousness, though.
It wouldn't be much of a change.
So now that you've
there.
seen it, and we know the stories, Jim told a long story when he ranted about Russo. We've learned everything. By the way, go to fucking YouTube and find the list of clips of Jim Cornette talking about his TNA days.
Yeah.
Because he goes through now his files of like certain days at TNA.
Right.
Holy shit, is it hilarious? But anyway, Jesse, what I'm gonna really ask this.
Sure.
But I'm gonna ask in multiple. There's a lot of questions coming your way. First of all, who is your personal analytics hat off, wrestling fan on? Your personal TNA Mount Rushmore.
Oh, but so Jeff Jarrett.
Okay.
Because he's the guy who started the company.
Jeff didn't put himself on, but okay.
Right. Well, and he's a humble guy. He even said, I would have never kept a world title that long. It felt more natural because people kind of knew who I was when we started.
He was the only television talent they had day one.
Right.
He was it.
So it made sense for him to hold it that long to me. You know, cough, AEW. I had no problem with Chris Jericho being a champion.
Okay, I found it.
So him, Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
AJ Styles, and then you know what? I'm gonna go Gail.
One's always the hardest.
I'm gonna go Awesome Kong.
Okay.
I think the reason I'll go Awesome Kong.
She brought a lot to that division.
If not for her, let's be real. Like I told people. Now, Dutch Mantel did a much better job than Vince Russo could ever do with women.
Yes.
But before Awesome Kong, Gail Kim didn't have viable challengers.
She didn't.
Now, it didn't have anything to do with the women there.
Right.
It had everything to do with Vince Russo's booking.
Right.
But when Awesome Kong was coming up the ranks, Dutch Mantel ended up taking over that division. So all of a sudden, you had a great clash of a rivalry between Gail Kim and Awesome Kong.
To quote Jim, a Ricky Morton style babyface and Abdullah the Butcher style.
Right,
heel.
and they were fucking magic together.
Okay, now I'm going to have you switch caps.
Okay.
Analytically, who is on the Mount Rushmore of TNA?
Still AJ and Samoa Joe.
That's not even
They're the first two names, and it's the only two names that kind of matter immediately.
Totally agree.
AJ
and Samoa
even
Joe.
Chris Van Vliet said we know who spot 1 is, and it's
It's
AJ
AJ Styles.
Walking away from that one.
Christopher Daniels.
Okay.
That fourth one is a bitch.
It's always a bitch, the fourth one.
You know what? I think I would throw Jeff Jarrett right back in there.
Okay.
And the reason analytically
Yeah.
is because I'm just thinking about the guy running the show.
For me, my all-time is Jeff, Sting, AJ, and I'm going to say it. You could easily put Gail in them for the women. It's two guys, America's Most Wanted.
Okay.
Because without America's Most Wanted, that tag division gets no love.
They were very important for the development of that tag division.
I'm also a huge America's Most Wanted guy.
They were great.
They're my
man.
all-time
They
tag
were
team.
great.
But anyway, so now a couple more questions. Who is really to blame for what happened with TNA?
Guys, I have said it for years.
The combination.
So let me repeat the things I've been on the show saying for years. Okay?
Dixie Carter.
Vince Russo is the worst thing ever in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't actually give a fuck about pro wrestling. He constantly says it anytime he's interviewed.
Are we almost to the point where he's going to retire from talking about WWE? Because I really want to get to that.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon, because he didn't have competition, became the worst version of himself post-2010, and it was awful.
Yeah.
And Dixie Carter is the dumbest fucking bitch mark I've ever seen get into pro wrestling. It's completely her fault. And by the way, that's why I'm like, you could have defended yourself, but you can't defend yourself because nobody's on your side about it.
Yeah, especially when she came out and they booed her ass.
Good. Yeah. Well, remember, because
For the TNA, she came out.
Because she also showed up to the WWE show and got booed. Yeah, everyone knows it's your fucking fault. You wanted to run the show. She
wanted to be on the show.
Right. She wanted to be everything about TNA, the face of it. Here was the problem, though, Dixie.
She got in the fucking makeup chair in front of the girls on the show to fucking sit out there with the title.
So
this happened.
Right. So let me be clear. What I love that people now know, and we've talked about because I knew about it before they spoke about it on the show, was the fact that he does, for some reason, Jeff has this weird affinity for Vince because he does think outside the box. And I'm like, Jeff, I can appreciate that. That's the wrong outside of the box. But by the way, this is what Jeff is, like I said, always been one of my favorite fucking guys. I got to meet him at a con. We talked about some of this shit. And I was just like, I love Jeff Jarrett, man.
Jeff got a lot of love after these came out, and as he should, because he tried.
Jeff Jarrett was not the problem in TNA, and then of course you had the old school guy, his dad, who like Cornette understood pro wrestling.
Yeah.
But also, you kind of needed the guy to tell his dad every now and then, yeah, but we can't do it like we're back in the 80s. That's the one thing Vince Russo was right about.
Yeah.
But, otherwise...
But unfortunately, by being right, he had midgets beaten off in trash cans.
Well, right. And then Dutch Mantel might be...
You laughed, but that happened.
I know.
Dutch might be more old school, but he was also kind of a wrestler's mind.
Well, but everyone looks at Dutch Mantel and thinks, wait, that guy cared about women's wrestling?
Yes.
Arguably more than anybody in the history of this fucking business outside of Tremaine Triple H.
It's not just he cared about women's wrestling, he cared about wrestling.
No. I'm talking about women's wrestling specifically. We are going to make it its own little thing for 2 seconds. Dutch Mantel was given the women and said, okay.
Because here was the thing, like they said in the thing, before the quote-unquote women's revolution in WWE, Dutch Mantel was already doing that in TNA.
Yeah.
Because
the knockouts were taken seriously.
Vince Russo had damaged the division so fucking badly that when their segments would come on, people tuned off. He took
2 talented women and made them into whores.
He did that constantly.
That's what he did.
But like,
that's what he liked to do.
Because he was, remember in the thing, he was like, I swear I came up with the name Titties and Ass. And I'm like, oh, God, I hate him. It's one of those things where when I'm watching this, I'm like, man, it's not just Jeff Jarrett's vindicated, I'm vindicated. Because I said for years, I'm like, the real issue really for Jeff Jarrett overall was he's like myself in the fact that I want to believe in outside people to help me delegate. Because I can only make it better, right?
Yeah.
But he had to get a boss above him because their original investor, for those who don't know,
Hell
South ended up in prison. So they got their shit pulled, their finances pulled. So that's when he went to the Dixie Carter family.
But Jim Cornette's also been vindicated because everything Jim's been saying for the last 20, 30 years.
Right.
Dude, go look at Dark Side of the Ring and then go look at everything Jim said in clips. They match perfectly.
Like I said, I got the chance to talk to Jeff about it.
Jim Cornette gets vindicated because he's the only guy that said, why do I need any of this? So he has no reason to lie.
Because here was the thing, as he said in the thing he said before, he came in kind of as a favor to Jeff.
Yeah.
He came in to help. And so, like...
he knew his dad, Jerry, for years.
Well, right.
So,
he worked for Jerry.
And he worked for Jerry.
Which, by the way, I do agree. I think there needs to be a well-done documentary on... fuck, I forgot the name. Jerry's wife...
Oh, yeah.
Who is the single most successful women's promoter of all time.
Right.
Not Rock's grandma, who actually failed miserably out in Hawaii.
Well, was it his wife or his grandmother? I can't even remember now.
For what?
That's true.
I think it was grandmother.
Yeah.
Who was a wrestling promoter, Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, Jeff Jarrett's grandma.
I think it was Jerry Jarrett's mother.
Yeah.
But yeah, and by the way, that's the other thing, like... The other reason
was Jeff just head-turnered? Is that really what happened in TNA?
No. Because here's the thing, right? I tell people all the time, and it was funny because Karen Jarrett was actually right. Like, he's kind of delusional in his perception of giving people hope, I guess. Like, it's gonna work out positively. They need me back. And, like, she was trying to tell him, like, no, she's a greedy bitch. Mm-hmm. She's just trying to use you to get Hulk
by the way,
Hogan
a story that's been vindicated but really didn't need to. Guys, Karen was legally separated from Kurt long before any of that happened.
Yeah, I know.
The thing is, like I tell people, the only time I got mad about that whole situation is when Jeff even bothered to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, Jeff, you have no reason to vindicate yourself. For those who were in the know, everyone knew technically when he left WWE, he wasn't together with his wife anymore.
You were literally Triple H and Stephanie. You were just around each other every day, and it just happened.
Right.
I think it was something. To me, it was always one of the weirdest segments because I was like, okay, Kurt Angle is Kurt fucking Angle.
Right.
He didn't need to be there.
Right.
If he wasn't okay with it, if it wasn't something that had just been... Because, I mean, Edge and Lita we knew was an awkward situation.
Right.
But Matt obviously has moved on and grown up and everyone's moved on.
Well, like I said, I think Vince... When your boss sits you down in a room and goes,
you'll never
boys,
work anywhere else.
We can make money with this, or you can never work anywhere else and get fired.
Because back then Vince had that pull.
There was no competition.
But Jeff's... His grandmother, Christine Jarrett, known as Teeny Jarrett.
There we go.
Christine Jarrett is...
And she did...
very successful.
Oh, yeah, she did. She partnered with Jerry when he got older, when he got his own
But anyway, no, it's just... When you look at TNA, the problem is you got a bunch of people who all of a sudden were looking for that final paycheck that Vince wasn't willing to give anymore.
Right.
And Dixie Carter was Tony Khan before Tony Khan. And honestly, wrestling fans, if you're a real wrestling fan, go watch this and tell me you don't see similarities.
I hate to tell him, and I kind of texted my dad, not going to make your boy Hogan look good either.
Oh God, no. Oh God, no.
Does not make your boy Hogan look
Well, but
good
to be
at all.
fair, everyone who knew anything about wrestling knew that Hogan was there just drinking the blood of Dixie Carter.
Dude knew nothing about the company.
Nope.
Oh no.
And then, like, instead of standing up for Jarrett for helping to bring him in,
Well, remember,
Cast him to the
AJ
side.
Styles said Hogan never talked about us, but in all fairness to Hogan, he was embarrassed by us. But to be fair to AJ knew Dixie was full of shit.
yeah,
The moment
Hogan needed the money,
I'm sorry.
basically.
If it took you until AJ being asked to take a 60% pay cut by Dixie Carter to fucking, or that was whoever TNA was at the time. But if it took you that long to realize Dixie Carter was a fucking idiot, go look at the fact that AJ Styles, never once booked as a Playboy, all of a sudden was in a pregnant woman storyline.
I think the most damning thing when it comes to Dixie, to me, and by the way, when you watch it, you'll see this.
Oh yeah.
Was Awesome Kong talking about she
Got paid less than a McDonald's manager.
It shows she went to try to go negotiate and basically was told, well, right now we can't negotiate your contract. Though she just brought in Hogan for all this money, Kevin Nash, all that shit. So it's just like, so you're going to pay them, but everyone who's helped to get the company here, you don't want to, including a woman, especially women who rooted for you. And by the way, it sounds like, and we'll see in episode 3.
I love that they gave it 3 episodes.
Right.
I love that they just said, okay.
I believe Steven Larson did confirm. It does line up. That story seems to line up before she left for WWE.
Yeah.
I think that was her last show. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
If you're not going to pay me much, I'll at least see what Vince has to offer.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to do this shit.
I think what I've learned through the first 2 episodes is, like you said, Jeff, maybe one of the nicest humans ever.
A good dude.
Gave people a shot.
Yes.
But unfortunately, Jesse, what he learned was in business, sometimes you need to listen to the people that are actually trying to make it better. Whether that was, like you said, Karen, Jim, Dutch, people that were like, we don't need these guys. We were making this work.
That's true.
And in the end, while the 4-sided ring may have eventually been better overall for the health of a lot of people, TNA is the cockroach that will not die of wrestling. They are the real zombie promotion.
Definitely.
Mostly because nobody ever really wanted them to go away. They just always had bad moments.
Right.
People want ROH to be fucking dead at this goddamn point. It basically is. But it's just... And I'm being serious. Go watch it if you're a sicko.
It's so good, guys.
Go watch it if you're a sicko, and tell me you don't see similarities to the way Tony's done business.
It's clear. Listen.
Tony just had a bigger bank account.
Once again, Daddy
has a bigger bank account.
Daddy has a bigger bank account and more reason to be like, just do whatever.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't care.
Her parents were eventually fed up.
Her parents started to care because it started to affect the Panda Energy Company. So they're like, you need to stop.
I think it was like 40 to 60 million of her parents' money.
I think they're going to talk about that in the next episode.
Okay,
yeah, it's
okay.
bad.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
bad. But yeah, so like.
And oh, by the way, Leroy, since
Yes?
I know you haven't seen Jeff Jarrett with Chris Van Vliet, no, officially, Taylor Swift was never on the Jarrett payroll. It never happened.
Oh, yeah.
Which is sad, though.
However,
That was before she got huge.
Chris Van Vliet did make Jeff Jarrett blush when he goes, so if she came to town, you're telling me you couldn't get tickets? And Jeff's like, Chris, you're setting me up. And I'm like, oh, so you could probably make a phone call and get a few tickets to the show.
He knew her parents, so.
Well, yeah. So Jeff's whole story was he obviously knew Taylor's dad because
Right.
everyone in that town knew Taylor's
Right,
dad
right.
because they moved there so Taylor could go be a
Right,
country star.
right.
Yeah.
And then when his first wife got sick, Taylor was always checking in on the girls. And then, of course, obviously, look, Taylor's not a bad person for forgetting about the Jarrett girls. The woman moved on to absolutely not just bigger and better. She's the biggest fucking star in the world. Like,
Superstardom,
like,
yeah.
She like shit happens. And by the way, Jeff's not mad about it or anything. That doesn't mean anything to him. But it's like, no, Taylor Swift was never, according to Jeff, ever on the payroll, never a babysitter, never nothing. She was just a good-hearted person who turned out to be the most talented fucking singer of the 21st
One of the
century.
most famous stars of this century.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great watch. Episode 3 is tomorrow.
Yeah.
I listen.
I will catch up on these episodes as soon as they can get on.
Now, I'm a little nervous about the rest of the season because some of those stories just don't interest me.
Yeah.
But this one has been fun to see so far.
I kind of wish they would have saved this as the last 3 episodes.
I'm okay with starting with this because you want to hook people in.
Okay, yeah.
And there's just a lot of people that didn't believe the TNA Jeff Jarrett story for a long time. And I'm just like, yeah, if you blame Jeff Jarrett, who, by the way, yeah, Global Force Wrestling didn't work.
Yeah.
But it was ill-conceived execution of a great concept.
It was also probably built more out of spite towards Dixie.
What he was trying to do with Global Force was work with New Japan, all those companies. Because remember, this is still Vince being in control of WWE, so he's shut away from everybody else.
Yeah.
And he was just trying to have all these different shows going on at different times, like in the territories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Global Force would have all the stars.
The biggest takeaway for me is Jeff is I'll say it, underrated all-time talent.
Absolutely.
But also, I think that Jeff is proof that there are idea guys. And then there are people that can actually follow through with the actual execution. Right. Whether or not anyone, I will never say, you will never pay me enough money to say that Vince McMahon is a better human being than Jeff Jarrett. But if you ask me,
he fired the motherfucker on TV after he bought WCW.
Yeah,
Vince McMahon is a piece of shit.
But like no. But if you ask me who the all-time better business person is, it's not far and away. Jeff's not even in the same fucking room.
No, well, of course not. I mean, listen, Vince locked down contracts that most people would have never been able to lock down when WWE was struggling. He got it done. So, no. But
Jeff does come out of this looking much better.
If I'm the money guy and I get to choose between the two, I'm not going to lie. I don't give a fuck about that billion-dollar empire. I'm choosing Jeff Jarrett.
But again,
because also legally I won't have to worry about anything in the future.
But again, Jesse,
that's true.
You as the money man, the problem with TNA was the money person was the idiot.
That was the issue.
She actually did try to pitch Real Housewives of Nashville to Spike TV representatives, and I was like, girl.
Yeah,
this is the man channel.
Fucking fired Dutch Mantel and all this shit. Just stupid shit.
She fired Brian James, too.
Yeah. It's just stupid shit for no reason. Just because she didn't want Jeff Jarrett's people there. Like, what?
Once again, a prime example of if you're an investor in something and you got good people that know what they're doing, let them do their job. The fuck we doing?
Yeah, you sit back and make money.
Oh, well, what?
Trying.
You want to call Ari Emanuel and tell him that? Just sit back and make money and shut the fuck up?
I would love to, but they're all just office numbers, so it doesn't work for me.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But yeah, no, so Jesse, coming out of this, you basically just feel that you, Jeff,
vindicated,
Jim, all these people.
I feel vindicated. Well, it's just like I said, I feel vindicated for them, especially Jeff. Because like I said, I heard the story 15 years ago from the man's mouth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he has no, like I told my cousin at the time, I'm like, we just sat and talked for fucking half an hour. By the way, like I tell people, if you see me at something talking to someone famous, I don't know how I got into the conversation. I'm happy to have it. But like...
Well, first of all, you're actually respectful of other people.
I'm always respectful of just people, period.
Yeah.
Even though I don't usually like people as I get older. But it's just like, I'm like, this man is so fucking vindicated because for years, everyone thought it was just his fault. He was just a drunken mess. That wasn't the case.
Everyone thought that because of the loss of his wife, he all of a sudden took advantage of Karen.
Right.
And took advantage of Kurt's situation.
Nothing like that.
And I'm like, guys...
Nothing like that.
The thing that bothers me the most are that people think that it's an easy story, but yet the easier story is superstar level humans get to pick and choose what they want to do. If Tom Brady would have called any other team other than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they would have fired their quarterback. I think there were maybe only 4 or 5 teams that would have kept their quarterback.
I was about to say there's probably like 5 or 6, but everyone else would have been like, "You're gone."
Yeah, exactly. So like, but Jesse, Kurt didn't have to put up with that because he could have still worked for Vince just for less money.
Well, Kurt,
we interviewed Kurt, and Kurt said Dixie gave him whatever schedule he wanted. So, like, I mean, for Kurt, it was good. Of course, I wasn't going to bring up the personal situation.
Well, because I was going to say the reason he ended up out of WWE was because of the drugs.
Yeah.
So, like,
and also, I think Jeff's right. Peak Angle. It's true. Like, Kurt's best years were in TNA.
Man, listen. The only reason I don't put him on my Mount Rushmore because it's a lot like The Rock and Stone Cold for Kurt and that company. Yeah. But he was so important to why they were so popular for a while.
Actually, I think Jeff's got a point from the Chris Van Vliet interview. Abyss is in the argument.
Well, this is why Abyss is their first Hall of Famer. Like, because he has to be.
Yeah.
I'm like, Abyss is such an important character. But even Mount Rushmore's 4. He doesn't make my cut.
All right, now on the way out,
he does mine. But also, if we're talking about Kurt Angle, remember, check out our YouTube page because we got the interview on there.
Yeah,
it's a really good one, guys. Go check it out.
And Nick Aldis, just saying.
Yeah. Also, okay, so now before we go, Jesse, now that people are going to see this and maybe learn the real story, give me 4 guys that you think they should go back and look for that never got like huge opportunities outside of TNA. Because first of all, I know you've got Elex Skipper in there somewhere.
Holy shit.
Because if he didn't retire, that guy had a future ahead of him.
He was incredible. Wow.
Incredible, special, generational.
A moment that should have killed him.
Yes.
A moment that should have killed at least 3 people.
Blessed by the good Lord in heaven. I mean,
that moment makes me believe in a God because they should all be dead.
Yeah.
The landing isn't, as Red talks about that moment, Amazing Red at times.
He wasn't in there, but yeah.
But he was saying the landing isn't the worst part for the guy taking the Hurricane Rana because you're going to land on your back.
Yeah.
It's for Felix who has to fucking flip.
Not to mention the fact, Jesse, there was no rope. He wasn't holding on to anything.
No.
He tightrope whopped a very high cage.
Still top 3 moment in pro wrestling for me.
Easy.
There's not a lot that tops that to me.
Because Jesse, if he accidentally goes over the right side of that cage, he's dead. It's over. He's dead.
Like I told people, above that moment is probably Mick Foley almost dying.
Yep.
As a kid, I swore to myself.
He was dead.
He was dead.
Well, to be fair, JR
did a really good job of that.
And Jerry both thought he was dead.
Oh, God, we just killed a guy.
Yep.
Even Undertaker looked down and was like, oh, shit, I just killed him.
Yep.
He did think that too, yes.
Oh, shit, I'm not going to just lose my job. I'm going to prison. I just killed him.
Yep.
And then, of course, like I tell people, for me, it will always be, because he's out of his fucking mind, it's Jeff Hardy going, 35-foot ladder, which barely exists in the world anymore. Human body that could move. Fuck it. Nigga, what? What the fuck do you mean, fuck it? There's nothing but hard wood underneath there. You're going to die. And he's like, fuck it. I'm like, nothing tops that because he didn't care about dying. He didn't care about dying.
No. But
that's a good question.
So you've got Elix obviously as one. It can be a female talent too.
Monty Brown.
Yeah, well, he had that ECW.
He did have the WWE ECW run, and I'm like, Christian never counts.
No.
Christian, because by the way, like I told people, Christian did come back. Vince did give him a world title run. He was working with mostly main event guys on SmackDown. Like, let's not act like Vince, even though he might have hated him, didn't give him a run. Like, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Vince did give him a run.
I will say this. Giving Christian being that first signing afterwards really was big to me.
Well, it was such a smart move.
Yeah.
Because Vince had never utilized him the way he should have been.
Yeah.
And so when he came to TNA, I think he even said, Christian has said before, when Jeff walks up to me and goes, you're going to be one of my main event guys, and I believe in you.
Yeah.
He was like, I was scared as fuck because he was like, I've never been asked to be in this position.
Also, to be fair, for that short length of time before Edge really popped off, he was bigger than Edge.
He was, listen, Christian! I still remember this show. I'm like, dude, Christian's great. But for me, Christian doesn't count because he is such a former WWE guy. It's kind of hard to do that. Elix Skipper, Samoa Joe was pretty damn big. He didn't get the title run in WWE he deserved.
Yeah. Amazing Red as always, because I know Red was big there, but no one really.
No. Where I remember Red the most is in Mexico.
Yeah.
His TNA run was fine.
Are you sure you're not going to give me TNA Okada?
I would tell you to fuck yourself, but I'll just text your wife to do it for me later. Tell her to fuck yourself.
There we go.
Oh man, this is tough.
I'm gonna go
4 guys who deserve more post TNA.
I'm also gonna give people.
So ask the question one more time.
Okay, so 4 guys who people should go back to TNA and focus more on. Go back in the annals of their history.
Oh, okay.
You got Elex, who was a generational.
She passed away, but Daphne, for fuck's sure.
Daphne was great while she was there, yeah.
And it was a nice 7-year run, and they did the weird suit thing with her, and I'm like, what are we doing with this excellent wrestler?
Yeah.
I loved her back in WCW.
Yeah, Daphne was great in WCW. Made me realize I'm into goth chicks.
I think
because she was so crazy, I was like, man, she's kind of hot, bro.
You could talk about half the X Division guys. I mean, there were some underrated guys.
There's a lot in there.
James Storm.
Yeah.
In the tag team and as a singles guy.
I'd say Bobby Roode as well.
And Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode for sure.
His one world title reign was great.
Everyone thought, like, there's Triple H's replacement in WWE. He was that good.
Yeah.
And then Vince did fuck all with him. So, yeah. So, Bobby Roode, James Storm, poor Chris Harris just dealt with so much.
Yeah.
Daphne and Elix Skipper. He was so good.
Anyway, episode 3 comes out tomorrow. Obviously, for those of you guys, you won't get this episode till Wednesday. So, obviously, hopefully, if that episode is out, go check it out.
Unless you make sure you get on the Patreon, which should have it within the next 8 hours.
Thank you guys all so very much. We were gone for a little while. We will hopefully be back to better shows. Everyone's going to try to take a little better care of themselves. Leroy is going to maybe be drunk on the show, but that's because we're going to make him watch AEW. First 3 episodes next week. Thank you all very much. Leroy, good luck. And from Jesse,
bye-bye.